It's the 37th annual 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS. I'm Jeremy McGuire along with color analyst Larry Jantz from Trojan Field in Beloit. It's the 8-Man Division I All-Star Game, and boy, Larry, it's been a great week so far, and we get to cap it off with some good old-fashioned football today.
Yeah, the teams really got lucky this week. I mean, cool weather. It's not no 95 like it has been in the past, as you and I have been here before, and it gets pretty balmy, pretty muggy. But the rain stayed away from here, and they had some real cool days. Probably the best they've ever had. Remember, Dave Dubert said, maybe the best ever. That's what he thought.
So when you look at these two teams, the players, obviously the best there is in 8-man in the state of Kansas. The coaches the same way. Shelby Hoppus leading the way for D1 East, and then you have Brant Douglas leading the way for D1 West. Boy, they've been preparing hard this week.
Yeah, and, you get these here 6 coaches, 3 on the varsity, for Shelby, and then he's got Russ Steinbrock, and then, of course, Mick Holt from Sedan. And they just did a heck of a good job. I've watched some of the practices. The kids are really fired up. They're healthy. For the most part, about all of them, so ready to go. On the other side, Brant Douglas, same thing. He's his assistant, John Webster. And, of course, you got Lance Barr from Hoxie. And they've had some good practices, and they got good talent to work with. It ought to be an exciting ball game.
How hard is it to get everything together in such a short amount of time and to have a game plan?
Normally it's pretty tough, but however, you get an elite group of 8-men. They're smart kids. They caught on fast. All the coaches said, man, they already picked it up in the first 2 days. First 2 days, they already had it picked up. So I think they're ready to go. They're ready to rock and roll. Who's going to be the most physical? Who's going to control the line of scrimmage? Who's one keeps away from the big plays? That might be who determines who the champion is.
It should be a fun one. When we come back on Smoky Hills PBS, we'll have your player introductions.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by Heartland Tri-State Bank, My Bank for Life, member FDIC equal housing lender. Price Repair, Leota, Kansas, here to handle your ag, truck, and automotive repair needs from oil changes to major overhauls. Watkins Realty and Insurance Agency, Hoxie, Kansas, your crop insurance headquarters, proudly supporting the Hoxie Indian student athletes. Hoxie State Insurance Agency Incorporated, serving the Hoxie and Winona, Kansas areas. M&M Seeds, channel seedmanship at work, serving the Glen Elder, Kansas area.
Here are your participants for today's Division I game. From the East, number 1, Judd Scotchney from Clifton Clyde High School. His parents are Josh and Molly Scotchney, and his coach is Russ Steinbrock. From the West, number 1 is Torrin Haynes from Meade High School. His parents are Brandon and Lisa Haynes. His head coach is Brian Luters. For the East, number 2, Damian Hatton from Sedan High School. Parents Eric and Catherine Hatton, and his head coach is Mick Holt. For the West, number 2, Brady Deegis from South Gray High School. His parents are Larry and Jill Deegis, and his head coach is Grant Salmons. For the East, number 4 is Carter Bryan from Topeka Paraval High School. His parents are Tom and Susan Bryan, and his head coach is Doug Borner. For the West, number 3, Braden Bergkamp from Hodgman County High School. His parents are Brian and Jacqueline Bergkamp, and his coach is Matt Hausman. For the East is number 5, Lance Noonan from Burlingame High School. His parents are Nick and Brandy Noonan, and his head coach is Jeff Slater. For the West, number 5 is Xander Newberry from Attica High School. His parents are Derek Newberry and Suzanne Norris. His head coach is Luke Greenwood. For the East is number 6, Drew Stutzman from Hamilton Madison High School. His parents are Dustin and Deborah Stutzman, and his head coach is Alec McMillan. For the West, number 6, Tristan Porter from Wichita County High School. His parents are Brent and Jerry Porter, and his head coach is Brent Douglas. For the East, number 7 is Brett Long from Sedan High School. His parents are Skeeter and Leah Long, and his head coach is Mick Holt. For the West, number 9, Braden Patterson from Hodgman County High School. His parents are Nick Patterson and Liz Antonelli. His head coach is Matt Hausman. For the East, number 10, Dylan Hines from Solomon High School. His parents are Sean and Jackie Hines, and his head coach is Mike Kilgore. For the West, number 10 is Ashton Dowell from Hoxie High School. His parents are Jared and Jennifer Dowell. His head coach is Lance Barr. For the East, number 11, Taylor Koch from Clifton Clyde High School. His parents are Larry and Kristen Koch. His head coach is Russ Steinbrock. For the West is number 11, Derek Keith from Hill City High School. His parents are Matthew and Pamela Keith. His head coach is Travis Desbian. For the East, number 20, Garrett Toon from West Elk High School. His parents are Joseph and Candace Toon. His head coach is Chris Haig. For the West is number 12, Zach Bolden from Meade High School. His parents are Brian and Field Bolden, and his head coach is Brian Luters. For the East, number 24, Trent Spiker from Donovan West High School. His parents are Jeff and DJ Spiker. His head coach is Perry Smith. For the West, number 13, Cole Feltz from Trigo Community High School. His parents are Ryan and Becky Winholtz. His coach is Pat Haxton. For the East, number 39, Nate Tice from Washington County High School. His parents are Tracy and Becky Tice. His head coach is Tommy Tryon. For the West, number 16, Caden Dirksen from Gossel High School. His parents are Shailen and Megan Dirksen. His head coach is Garrett Hebert. For the East, number 44, Samuel Drinkard from Valley Falls High School. His parents are Eric and Dorothea Drinkard. His head coach is Wyatt Hofstra. For the West, number 18, Kobe Stahl from La Crosse High School. His parents are Mike and Geraldine Stahl. His head coach is John Webster. For the East, number 50, Caden Schaefer from Little River High School. His parents are Michael and Jackie Schaefer. His head coach is Kevin Ayers. For the West, number 32, Colton Bennett from Spearville High School. His parents are Justin Bennett and Lindsay Conrady. His head coach is Travis Calloway. For the East, number 51, Cooper Clark from Donovan West High School. His parents are Rick and Amanda Clark and Jamie and Bill Hendricks. His head coach is Perry Smith. For the West, number 34, Aiden Nicholson from Hill City High School. His parents are Steve and Sandra Nicholson. His head coach, Travis Desbian. For the East, number 55, Carter Holloway from Little River High School. His parents are Chris Holloway and Melissa Wolf. His head coach is Kevin Ayers. For the West, number 42, Rylan Bassard from Stockton High School. His parents are Justin Bassard and Deanne Garner. His head coach is Justin Bassard. For the East, number 67, Wesley Young from West Elk High School. His parents are Randy and Julie Young. His head coach is Chris Haig. For the West, number 54, Donovan Baluch from Hoxie High School. His parents are Tyson and Antonia Baluch. His head coach is Lance Barr.
4 more kids each side.
For the East, number 70, Kyle Bruce from Little River High School. His parents are Royce and Sheena Bruce. His head coach is Kevin Ayers. For the West, number 55, Cooper Berger from La Crosse High School. His parents are Jason Berger and Joni Stipe. His head coach is John Webster. For the East, number 80, Caden Bauer from Bennington High School. His parents are Corey Bauer and Angela Zordo, and his head coach is Brian Schamberg. For the West, number 72, Colin Lumbry from Meade High School. His parents are Keith and Allison Lumbry. His head coach is Brian Luters. For the East, number 82, Trevor Quaney from Burlingame High School. His parents are Paul and Lori Quaney. His coach is Jeff Slater. For the West, number 88, Charlie Russell from Trigo Community High School. His parent is Keith Russell. His coach is Pat Haxton. For the East, number 99, Kevin Heineken from Madison High School. His parents are Kevin and Sina Heineken. His head coach is Alex McMillan. For the West, number 99, Xavier Hernandez from Wichita County High School. His parents are Uriel and Adrian Hernandez. His head coach is Brant Douglas. And we have one more introduction, a player who was selected for the roster but was unable to play because of an injury. Corbin Houston from Meade High School.
And there are the player announcements. We're about ready for kickoff here from Trojan Field in Beloit. We're back with more after this timeout on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by M&M Seeds, channel seedmanship at work, serving the Glen Elder, Kansas area. Hoxie State Insurance Agency Incorporated, serving the Hoxie and Winona, Kansas areas. Watkins Realty and Insurance Agency, Hoxie, Kansas, your crop insurance headquarters, proudly supporting the Hoxie Indian student athletes. Bryce Repair, Leota, Kansas, here to handle your ag, truck, and automotive repair needs from oil changes to major overhauls. Heartland Tri-State Bank, my bank for life, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And welcome back to Trojan Field and Beloit on Smoky Hills PBS. It is the 8-man Division I All-Star Game. It's the 37th annual game. Jeremy McGuire back along with analyst Larry Jantz. And Larry, really a really nice morning to play some football. We got some breeze, but most importantly, we have football.
Yes, we do, and it's exciting to see it. It's going to be a real good time. I think it's going to be a little sultry before the game over, though. Might be.
It very well could be. You look at these teams, they've worked hard all week. They've had great weather like we talked about in the beginning to get prepared for it. You know, a lot of these kids, this is the last time they're going to strap on the pads and the helmet. This is a big game for them.
Yes, it is. And you just mentioned, and it's been great weather all week. Hasn't had any of the bad rain like they had other places, so the coaches are just pleased. I think David Dubert said, he's the camp director forever, he said in the 17 years he's been involved with it or whatever, it's the best weather he's ever had, that he remembers anyway.
You look at these two teams, and, you know, and it comes down to execution on the offensive and defensive side. What are the keys to victory today for both squads?
Well, on defense for the East, they want to be physical, they want to create turnovers and limit big plays. On the other side of the ball, when the West has the ball, offensive keys, they want to eliminate any negative plays. They also want to win the turnover margin and help that their offensive line has our assignment sound today as far as that's concerned. But it's basically what it's saying. They don't want to have anybody else have big plays against them, and they don't want to have any turnovers. All coaches are that way at any level, it seems like, don't it?
So these two teams getting ready to go. Before we get to the actual game, we're going to go over the starters before before we get into the game. We can't get to all the starters, but so for the East squad in the blue offensively, the offensive line is all Little River. Caden Schaefer, Kyle Bruce, and Carter Holloway on the offensive line. The ends, Lance Noonan, and then wide receivers Garrett Toon and Caden Bauer. The running back is Trent Spiker, and then the quarterback is Breck Long from Sedan. Defensively for the West or for the East, when they are on the defensive side of things, Wesley Young from West Elk will be one defensive end. A defensive line, Nate Tice from Washington County. Another DN, Trevor Quaney from Burlingame. The defensive backs, Jeff Scotchney from Clifton Clyde. Damian Hatton from Sedan. Linebacker Samuel Drinkard from Valley Falls. And then T. Cook from Clifton Clyde will also play in that defensive backfield. And then Drew Stutzman from Madison will be one of the linebackers. Starting for the D1 West squad. On the offensive line, Xavier Hernandez from Wichita County is the center. The guards, Colin Lumry from Meade and Rylan Bassert from Stockton. The quarterback is Ashton Dow from Hoxie. Running backs, Tristan Porter from Wichita County, Colton Bennett from Spearville, and the end is Derek Keith from Hill City. Defensively for the West, they will go with Cooper Berriger at linebacker, Zach Volden from Meade at a defensive end. Torrin Haynes from Meade, a defensive back. Brady Deegis from South Gray, a defensive back. Braden Birdcamp from Hodgman County, a D-back. Nose guard is Aiden Nicholson from Hill City. Linebackers, Andrew Newberry from Attica. And Caden Dirksen from Gossel will be a defensive end. We're set and ready to go. It is the West squad to kick off to start things. And Rylan Bassert from Stockton will tee it up. Back deep for the East squad. Number 1, Jeff Scotchney from Clifton Clyde.
And it might be 24.
Trent Spiker also yes. Back on the near side. So Bassert puts the ball in the air, and that one is not going to be returned. And it will be first down and 10 from the 15-yard line for the East All-Stars. Again, quarterback Breck Long from Sedan will take the snaps. Head coach Mick Holt. Young man's 1,377 yards, 32 touchdowns, 1 interception all year long. So he valued the football when he put it in the air. Here we go. They will snap it back to Long, who will take it, and he's going to go quarterback right side, looking for a gap. Absolutely nowhere to go. That initial hit on the play coming. Zach Volden from Meade in on the tackle. And a gain of 2 yards on the play for Breck Long.
Yeah, bringing up 2nd and 8. Of course, that's power football. That's what you saw there, kind of like just the 3 in the backfield, like a power, almost like a power eye. But they called it power football by Shelby Hoppies.
Dylan Hines from Solomon brings in the play. One running back in the backfield with Long. There's a handoff left side. Hines, he's going to pick up 3 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Kind of like a little counter play there. It's like a read. And went off there as a left guard and made some pretty good yards. Good to bring up a 3rd and about 5 yards, though, Jeremy.
So 3rd down and 5 for the East squad. So a couple of running plays to start things out. Split over on the far side. Caden Bauer from Bennington, wearing number 80. It is going to be Long again. He is going for the first down. He has the first down. He has more. Breck Long from Sedan is going to be pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That's a 40-yard run and a first down.
It's a great job by Breck Long then, too, because they read that defense. He kind of zigged inside and went outside. Once you got the outside line, the boundary line was the only thing that's going to stop him.
Brady D just got enough of him.
Yes, he did.
So it's first down and 10 from the 20. And it's been all on the ground. 10:39 to go here in the first quarter. No score. The East driving here in the 8-man Division I All-Star game. Dutzman is a deep back and is going to be long left side, has a little bit of room, is going to carry a few tackles, and is going to push forward for 4 yards down to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, you can kind of see the strategy. The East team has a little bit bigger squad than probably the West does, and so they're trying to use their strength, their size, and try to power football, just drive the ball right over you.
And so far, that has been successful for the East. So the West on the first play of this drive, Zach Volden did a nice job holding them to a short gain, a couple of yards. But since then, East has been able to break off good chunks every play.
You're absolutely correct. Now they got them split out here to the right side a little bit.
Twins to the near side. There's the handoff. Right side, nothing going. Absolutely Volden in there on the tackle, and also here in for the first time, Donovan Baluch from Hoxie comes in and makes the play. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Zach Bolden, he's 6'1", 225-pounder. Had 85 tackles this year for Brian Luters and 6 fumble recoveries. Pretty good. Good defensive end there by Zach Volden. Number 12 from Meade.
3rd down and 6. Toon is split to the far side. Coming over to the near side is Bauer. Long, flanked by Spiker in the backfield. He's going to throw it. And out and through the hands of Caden Bauer. He would have been just short of the first down anyway, but first pass is incomplete and will bring up 4th down and 6.
Yeah, and Caden Bauer had 49 catches for 700-some yards this year, 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions when he was for the Bennington team. Caden Bauer.
Wesley Young from West Elk into the lineup. He's going to line up on the left side of the offensive line. They'll have one receiver tuned to the near side. We'll see if they motion him across the formation here. They will not. It's going to be Long going right side. He's going to have a first down and dives forward inside the 10, and they're going to mark him at just outside the 5-yard line, so a pickup of 10 yards on the play and a first down.
And exactly like what Shelby Hoppies wanted to have, Jeremy, have ball control, a key to some of his keys to win. No turnovers and try to have a few big plays thrown in there. But ball control, move the sticks, keep the chain gang moving, and they've done it so far.
Well, the West is going to want to find a way to get some penetration to slow Long down because he has been able to get to the edge early in this ball game. 1st and goal, ball just outside the 5. Long's going to keep it. Left side, he's going to be stacked up, driving towards the goal line, picks up 3. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal.
He did a great job running by his blocks that time because they make it what yards he got. Because now they're back the ball on the 2-yard line. 2nd goal.
Aiden Nicholson from Hill City on the tackle there. Made the initial contact and then had some help from his teammates. 2nd down and goal. The ball spotted just outside the 2-yard line on the left hash for the East All-Stars. And that is a carry by Spiker. He is into the end zone for the East touchdown. So Trent Spiker with his first carry of the ball game goes for 2 yards and into the end zone. And with 8:27 to go here in the first quarter, it is 6-0 East All-Stars.
Trent Spiker, 6'3", 205-pound running back from Donovan West High School. Snuck in there for the last 2 yards for the touchdown for the East. And now either a 2-point extra point or at least an extra point try.
And they will go for 2. Tune in the slot. Now they're going to have a penalty there.
Yes, they will.
And so into the end zone for the 2-point conversion is good, but that one's going to come back. It's going to be our first penalty of the ball game. 2 men in motion at the same time, and that you cannot do at this level.
There's not a rule. There's not a new rule for that, is there yet?
Not last time I checked.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll move him back 5 yards. It'll make this 2-point conversion try just a little bit more difficult. And as we very well know, every point matters. And missing out on the easy two, probably not real excited, Shelby Hoppus from Canton Galva.
No, so now it makes it a little longer. Could throw in a little pass play action now, a little run-pass option, don't you suppose?
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't stick it in Hines' gut, pull it out, and then dump it over the middle to Toon. Now they're going to run it. Oh, man, drilled in the backfield. Brady Deegis from South Gray saw that coming, and he came in like a rocket, and the conversion is no good. And with 8:27 to go in the first quarter, East All-Stars on top first, 6-0.
Brady Deegis, he really stuck him here at that time, like you mentioned, Jeremy. 75 tackles this year, 3 interceptions, and 1 fumble recovery for the South Gray running Rebels. Brady Deegis, a 5'9", 145-pound bulldozer. He come through there that time.
Well, in the East All-Stars that time, Larry, 1 pass. It was incomplete.
Yes.
Everything else was on the ground for them, and they were able to break off some pretty good chunks, minus that last play on the 2-point conversion.
You might say that's going to the game plan of Shelby Hoppes, Russ Steinbach, and, of course, Mick Holt. That's what they wanted to do is ball control, keep the chains moving, no turnovers. And they didn't really have any big plays, but they had a lot of steady ones.
Back deep for the West squad to receive this kickoff. Torrin Haynes from Meade, Colton Bennett from Spearville. Haynes on the far side, Bennett on the near side. And kicking off for Division I East, Trent Spiker from Donovan West, 6'3", 205 pounds. Scores the touchdown and gets kickoff duties as well.
Absolutely. And there's not much of a breeze, so we're going to find out whether or not he puts this in the end zone or not for a touchback.
The Spiker will line it up and kick it off. It is going to be returnable, and it is going to be the young man from Spearville to the outside and brought down. Colton Bennett up across the 15 to the 16-yard line. And that's where the West will start first down and 10. Ashton Dow from Hoxie will lead his team out on the field. A heck of a year for him. 2,179 yards, 34 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 89 carries, 261 yards, 7 more touchdowns for Lance Barr and the Hoxie Indians. They will spread this thing out. Dowell in the backfield all by himself, trips to the near side, one to the far side. They show blitz, back to pass Dowell. He's under pressure. He is in trouble, and he is going to be sacked. He fumbles the football. It's on the ground, and it is recovered by the East All-Stars. So one play, and man, it was Katie bar the door as they got all over the Hoxie quarterback, and it's a turnover. And, man, the East All-Stars have the ball knocking on the door.
Exactly what the East would like to have happen, and the worst nightmare for the West that did happen to them. But the East wanted to be really physical. They were physical that way with that blitz program, and it certainly worked out to their benefit. And it created turnovers in the process.
So now the defense right back out on the field for the West as they just had the East run the ball all the way down the field, worth 65 yards and a score, and all of a sudden the East right back again after the turnover. It is Breck Long right up the middle.
Yep.
Right into the end zone for the touchdown, and it did not take long. 2 yards out for Breck Long. 6 carries, 61 yards, and add a score to that. And with 8:12 to go in the first quarter, it is 12-0 East right out of the gates.
Yeah, the West don't like to have they want to try to eliminate negative plays. That didn't happen on the first time. Win the turnover margin. That hasn't happened so far. And have the offensive line be assignment sound. So here we go.
Here comes the 2-point conversion. Hines just off the right side of the Sedan quarterback. He's going to get the ball. Going to go up the middle, leaning, diving. He is not going to get there, and the conversion is no good. So it's 8:12 to go in the first quarter. Your score, East All-Stars 12, West All-Stars nothing. And, boy, Larry, that is a quick smack in the face by the East All-Stars. The West is going to have to right that ship pretty quick.
Yes, they will. Well, everything you didn't want to happen happened to them. There's negative on that whole thing from their standpoint of view. So you're right. They need to get all the ducks in a row in a quick way.
So if you look at what happened on that first play for the West, boy, Dowell did not have time to throw the football. And if you are the coaching staff over on D1 West, and I know it's only one play, but if they see that continuing to happen, they're going to have to adjust some of those routes to have them be short and quick to allow the ball to even get out.
And if they're going to blitz like that, then look for a lot of screen passes, either screens to the flat area or over the center screens, because they brought the whole house that time.
And we'll see where this kickoff from Spiker goes. Bennett, pretty good from Spearville. If Torrin Haynes from Meade gets his hands on the football, look out.
And last time it got about the 1 yard line, went in the end zone, and made a pretty good run. This time,
this one is going to be a touchback into the end zone. And the West All-Stars will start first down and 10 at their own 15-yard line. 8:12 to go first quarter. 12-0. East on top. So anchor in the middle for the East All-Stars on that defensive line. Kevin Heineken in there from Madison, 6'2", 290. Now they will go two wide receivers far side, and they have a running back beside Dowell. They're looking to throw it over the middle, incomplete. Ball was tipped by Stutzman, intended for the Hill City product, Derek Keith. It's going to bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, Derek Keith had 52 receptions, 890 yards, 18 touchdowns this year for the Hill City Ringnecks. Also carried the ball 13 times for 98 yards and 3 touchdowns when Derek Keith had the ball. 6'3", 200-pounder from the Hill City Ringnecks.
Well, Dowell had time to throw at that time, but Drew Stutzman, 6'4", playing linebacker, tough to get it over the top of him.
Blitz is coming.
They're looking for that screen. They throw it out in the flat. Charlie Russell from Trigo with the catch. He is down the sideline and finally knocked out of bounds. And a little bit of John going on as Stutzman makes the tackle. We saw them execute that play in practice this week, Larry.
Yes, we did.
Boy, Charlie Russell is he's a big cat when he gets a hold of that football.
Yeah, all 6'4", 225-pounder. He had 30 receptions this year for the Trigo Golden Eagles, 430 yards and 5 touchdowns. So there was a nice there. He did a good job just bringing that ball in.
Ball now on the east side of the field for the first time today for the West offense. Low snap, pitch out. Bennett breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, but then is brought down. In on the play was Damian Hatton from Sedan, also making his presence felt. Number 82, Trevor Quaney.
He had 69 tackles this year for Burlingame. Trevor did, all 6'8", 220 pounds of him.
So second down and 8 for the West after the 2-yard pickup.
From 34-yard line, huh? Yep.
36.
36.
Throw over the middle. Oh, Keith had it. Couldn't hold on to it. Good coverage over there by Scotchney from Clifton Clyde. Also coming in to help make the play was T. Cook from Clifton Clyde. So an equal combination on that play. Incomplete. Third down and 8.
Made assistant coach Russ Steinbeck a little happy right there, didn't Clifton? Yeah.
When your kids make a play, you're excited on your team. When your kids that you coach all year long make a play, you're really excited.
That's right. Especially in an all-star game.
Third down, 8 yards to go. Dowell needs to connect somewhere right here. Looking out in the flat. Now he throws over the middle. Nearly intercepted.
He read that play.
Scotchney plays defensive back for a reason. So we talked good about him last play. In this one, I think he saw the end zone.
Yes, he did. I think he had 43 tackles this year for Russ Steinbrock and those Eagles. 2 interceptions, and he almost had a third one today. Great job by Jeff Scotchney.
So fourth down, 8 yards to go. The West is going to punt the football away. Scotchney back deep to receive the punt. Kick is on the way from
nice spiral.
Brady Degis. And Scotchney makes the catch and pays the price. Pays the price coming in to make the tackle.
Number 13,
Number
Cole
13, Cole Felt from Trigo.
Yes.
Boy, he got down there and made a heck of a hit.
5'10", 155-pounder. He had 24 carries for 125 yards and 4 touchdowns this year for Trigo Golden Eagles. Cole Felt.
Down at the 10-yard line. Trigo a nice year this year. Ran into Meade in the playoffs, which wasn't a good thing if you were an opponent to Meade, because they went undefeated and won the state championship this year in Division I. But Trigo, Pat Hackton, the head coach there, they had a really nice year this year, and Cole Felt and Charlie Russell were a big part of it.
Yes, they were. And they're here today, both of them playing in this game.
First down, 10 yards. Backfield is empty. Long is going to run it to the right side, cuts it back. He's going to be hit. Ooh, put that football out like a loaf of bread and lucky to hold on to it. Looks like Donovan Baluch from Hoxie in on the tackle. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8, a gain of 2 on the play for Long.
Yeah, Donovan Baluch, 6 foot, 215-pounder from Hoxie, had 106 tackles this year, Jeremy, and 3 interceptions. Pretty good deal for that 6 foot, 215-pounder for Lance Barr, the head coach, Hoxie Indians.
And Lance, one of the assistants this week, so he's able to watch a couple of his kids play, Baluch along with Ashton Dowell. 2nd down, we'll call it 7, a gain of 3. Left side run by Hines. He gets across the 15, stretches the ball out to about the 18-yard line. So we'll call it a gain of 5 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
They run that same play. When their first series of the ball, they run that same play. And made more yards this time than they did then.
6 minutes, 5 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. The East All-Stars jumping out early with a 12-0 lead. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. I have my money on number 7 with the football on this play. He's going to throw it. Looks out in the flat. Catch is made by Garrett Toon. That's enough for an East first down. Up across the 20 to the 24, gain of 6.
Yeah, Garrett Toon, 6'2", 180-pounder from West Elk. He had 68 catches this year for 232 yards and 6 touchdowns. For Chris Houck, the head coach for the West Elk football team.
His teammate Wesley Young entering the huddle again offensively for the East All-Stars. 1st down and 10, the ball to 24. East has controlled the ball game, both sides of the field so far today. Offensive line doing a really nice job blocking. There's right side. Look out! Breck Long cannot break the tackle, but he's down. Dejas with the tackle down at the 30-yard line, and that is another big carry. That one goes for 21 yards.
They're so far winning the war, you might say, over the defensive ends by the West team because they're getting the outside.
Yeah, the West is going to want to find a way to turn them back in, because if he gets to the sideline, he's shown that he has some breakaway speed and can get some good yardage.
Is it kind of the old adage, can you read the tag number in the truck that just passed you?
Yeah, that's about what they've seen so far. Yeah. So far, Breck Long, unofficially 8 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown here in the first quarter. 1st and 10, the ball at the West 30-yard line. Long's going to throw it, has time, lofts it up, down the sideline. It is caught! Touchdown, Garrett Toon, but we do have a flag on the field on the far side. It's a 30-yard touchdown pass if it stands. We'll see what the call is. It is an illegal shift against the offense.
I thought it was a little bit maybe in motion too, a little bit, you know. They're kind of eager to make that play work, I think, Jeremy.
Yeah, he knew what was coming and got a little bit happy on that. And a heck of a catch.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't negate the fact that it was a heck of a catch, but it's just a memory because it doesn't count as far as the stats go, and it brings up 1st and 15 after the 5-yard penalty.
That's a good point, because you're looking back into the sun at this moment, and that's a tough catch anyway to come right at him, but hit him right by the chest or almost like the chin strap, didn't it?
So Shelby Hoppus mixing it up a little bit, he and his coaching staff. 1st and 15, Spiker. Oh, man, he lays a load on that one and picks up 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, he broke that tackle there on Braden Burtkamp. 6 foot 485 pounder from Hodgman County, had 4 interceptions this year playing safety, but he broke that tackle on him and made real good yards.
So
Or
brings
made
it
5
to
yards.
a 2nd down and 10.
On that stop, it'll be a 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line.
And the play comes in by number 10 to
Dylan Hines.
Yes, Dylan Hines from Solomon, 6 foot 3, 210.
Caden Bauer split to the near side. Toon split to the far side. Hines in the backfield with Long. Long going to throw it. Or excuse me, that's Carter Bryan in there. He heaves it up. That is interception territory. It is. Looks like it's intercepted. What's the call? They're going to say first down. Pick up of 13 yards as Carter Bryan in at the quarterback position from Topeka Care Paravel. So Carter Bryan gets the completion.
And he had, he's just a 6 foot, 180 pounder from Care Paravel out of Topeka.
So first down and 10. Bryan going to give it off. Right side Spiker lowers his shoulder and really hit his own player harder than he did the defender. And coming in to make the tackle was Torrin Haynes from Meade. Spiker's going to pick up 11 and another first down.
Yeah, Torrin Haynes is not the biggest guy out there. He played quarterback for Meade this year, but on defense he had 60 tackles, 3 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries. Torrin Haynes, a 5 foot 11, 155 pounder from the Meade Buffaloes, state champs last fall.
Breck Long back into the lineup for the East. First down and goal, the ball at the 6-yard line, 2:47 and counting to go in this first quarter. It's all East leading 12-0. Long's going to go left side, looking for a block, looking for the edge. He is going to be cut down. And that is Dejas in on the tackle from South Gray. No gain on the play, 2nd and goal.
So far, Brady's done a great job reading most of these plays and making a lot of tackles so far. The little cornerback from South Gray running Rebels had 75 tackles this year. For Grant Salmons, 3 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery. Playing cornerback today. Brady Degas from South Gray.
Coming in at a defensive tackle position, nose guard position, Ryland Bassert from Stockton checks in. Drew Stutzman will bring the play into the East huddle. 2 minutes to go, first quarter.
Trying to find some answers, aren't they, Jeremy?
East looking for their 3rd possession with the score here. Long's going to keep it right up the middle, has a caravan into the end zone for the East touchdown. Breck Long from 6 yards out, and it is 18-0.
That's called power football right there. Just exactly like Coach Elba. That's his. So he said our 3 offensive sets. We're going to do power football, and power football.
Long this time from 6 yards out, and with 1:48 to go in the first quarter, it is all East. They lead 18-0, looking to put 2 on, and we're going to have a penalty, and that's going to be a false start. So they'll back it up 5 yards. So the second conversion attempt that has had a penalty along with it, Larry Jansen, will bring up the conversion attempt from the 8.
You might fool some of these people, but these Zebras here today, you got Brett Post, you got Stu Chance, Wade Kirk, Caden Stein, and Luke Heskamp. They're a veteran crew. Guess what? Stu was from Fowler Goldbug back in the day. Was a kid growing up, resides in Dodge City today, and been a state basketball, state football ref for at least 30, 40 years. Great job.
Here we go with the 2-point conversion. Bryan's going to throw it. Pulls it down. Looks, throws, incomplete. And that 2-point conversion is no good. So Bryan tried to thread a needle and couldn't get it done, but the East All-Stars put another score on the board. They lead 18-0 with 1:48 to go here in the first quarter. And Larry Jantz, dare we say it, repeat what we said after the last score, the West needs to answer.
Quickly. Yeah, they better get the prescription called in to the doctor real quickly.
So if you are the West, offensively, they've been able to throw it a little bit. They have ran it twice and just haven't been able to move the ball consistently. They had the one long pass to Russell, and offensively, that's about it.
Well, when you run spread offense, mostly it's going to be pass, not that much deception with the run and play. And there's always three things that can happen when you put the ball in the air, and two of them is negative. So far, that's been some of the detriment for the West, you might say.
Back deep to receive the kickoff for the West. Torrin Haynes from Meade. Colton Bennett from Spearville. Spiker will tee it up for the East All-Stars, the 6'3", 205-pounder from Doniphan West. This ball is in the air. It's a line drive kick, and it will go out of bounds. That will be another penalty against the East.
Depending on what the hell the West.
Depending on where the West wants to take it. They want to have him re-kick it. They say, yeah, let's have him re-kick it. Let's see if we can get a play in special teams. I like that call.
Yeah, me too. Especially if you're the West team, you like the call.
Yeah, your coaches believe in you, and see if we can't make a play. I mean, they have some really good athletes. See what kind of a leg Spiker can get into this one. Probably not real pleased with himself that he kicked the last one out of bounds. Well, this one is going to be through the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback.
This time
he drilled that one, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15 again for the West.
He kept his eye on the football that time. I watched his follow-through, and he really kept a close eye. I think the time before he looked up a little bit, and that's when your foot just hit it and knocked her out of bounds, kicked it out of bounds anyway. So here we go. You got the West better get things going, like you said, Jeremy. They got 1st and 15 on their own 15. I mean, 1st and 10, excuse me.
I'd like to see him get the ball into the hands of Tristan Porter from Wichita County. He split to the near side, and he is shifty when he can get the ball. There's Derek Keith with the catch. He's going to be up to the 20-yard line. Brought down there over on the far side. Wesley Young coming back to make the tackle. Also Scotchney in on the play. Gain of 5. It's 2nd down.
Derek Keith had 52 receptions this year for the Hill City Ringneckts, 890 yards, 18 touchdowns in there. And that was a nice catch there, a little slant into a little quick action. Made good, about almost 5 yards.
2nd down, 5. Ball right at the 20. Boy, this field is in beautiful condition here in Beloit today. Back to pass. Dow throws it out in the flat, and there is the big fellow, Wesley Young, making his presence felt at 6 feet 5 inches. He knocks that pass down, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. So what they tell you as a defensive lineman, if you aren't going to get to the quarterback, make sure you get your hands in the air to potentially get a hand on the football, and that's exactly what the West Elk product did there.
And being 6'5" didn't hurt old Wesley Young either. He's going to be a walk-on at Emporia State next year.
3rd down, 5 yards to go. Dow looking. He's going to tuck it. He's going to run it. He is going to be close to a 1st down. I believe he got enough. They spot it right at the 25, and if it's on that line, it's a 1st down.
Yes, it is.
Only the 2nd 1st down as we go under a minute to play here in the 1st quarter. 50 seconds and counting with an 18-0 advantage for the East All-Stars.
That's a good run by Ashton Dow that time to make it even happen. And you got receivers split both ways.
1st down and 10. Man in motion. That's Bennett. He gets the carry. Looking for the edge. Still looking for the edge. Pushed out of bounds. Play made over there by T. Cook.
Yeah.
But really, Trevor Quaney from Burlingame made that play because he pushed Bennett all the way out, and he was never able to get upfield. Gain of 2 on the play.
Stretched it out, didn't he? Colton Bennett, though, is off 5'9", 185-pounder from Spearville, had 145 carries this year for 1,136 yards and 21 touchdowns.
Colby Stoll from La Crosse into the lineup. Number 18. Throw out in the flat. Bennett makes a catch. Brought down right there.
Short gain, though.
And on the tackle was Damian Hatton from Sedan. No gain of 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up third down.
Damian Hatton is like 6', 395 pounder for Sedan. Had 74 tackles this year and 4 fumble recoveries. And a good one there. He stopped him for a short gain of about 2 yards that time. So third and call it 5 yards.
So the West finally putting some plays together. Hoping to get another first down here on this one. Back to pass. Dow under pressure at the screen. Over the middle. Catch is made by Bennett. Looking for the edge. He's down the sideline. Bennett. And is going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 10. It's Scotchney on the tackle at the 8-yard line. 42 yards on the screen pass. And you talked about it early, Larry Jantz. That's how you break pressures. You throw a screen pass and burn them.
That's right. And that was just a good one over the middle. We saw that play in practice yesterday, last 2 days, matter of fact. They run that play, that screen over the middle, because you knew they was going to run a spread. The East team knew that. They're going to do a lot of blitzing, and this time it cost them.
First and goal from the 8. Stoll remains in the game, lined up on the left side of Dowell. He's going to get the carry right up the middle. He's stacked up at the 6-yard line. He'll pick up 2 yards, and that will be the last play of the first quarter. We played one quarter from Trojan Field in Beloit, the Division I East All-Stars, with an 18-0 lead. We're back with your second quarter after this timeout on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by Meade State Bank, a branch of Stock Growers State Bank. We know community banking. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Leitner Buildings LLC, Hayes, Kansas. M&M Seeds, channel seedmanship at work, serving the Glen Elder, Kansas area. Farm Bureau Financial Services, Chad Cahoon, agent. Hoxie State Insurance Agency Incorporated, serving the Hoxie and Winona, Kansas areas. Next Tech Wireless, we are Kansas. Watkins Realty and Insurance Agency, Hoxie, Kansas. Your crop insurance headquarters, proudly supporting the Hoxie Indian student athletes. Price Repair, Leota, Kansas, here to handle your ag, truck, and automotive repair needs from oil changes to major overhauls. SurePoint Ag Systems and SurePoint Electronics, Atwood, Kansas. Heartland Tri-State Bank, my bank for life, member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Back at Trojan Field in Beloit, the 8-man Division I All-Star game here on Smoky Hills PBS. The East All-Stars with an 18-0 lead. Jeremy McGuire along with analyst Larry Jantz. Larry, West finally driving. They have the ball, second down and goal at the 5-yard line, and really need to punch this one in.
Well, this time they did a great job of reading that blitz and had that screen pass across the middle. And then Bennett made the rest of it work, getting down there to within the 8-yard line, first and goal. So now then the clock, first quarter ran out on them, so they trailed 18-0, but they need to punch that ball in from about the 5-yard line right now. They need to get this second quarter off to a great start for the West All-Stars.
If the East gets a stop here and does not allow the West in, that could be trouble.
That's just right.
They need this one to stay in this ball game.
For a confidence.
Second and goal. Dow throws it. It is intercepted. T. Cook with the interception. He looks for the contact and is brought down at the 37-yard line. The second turnover of the ball game goes in favor of the East. And it is first down and 10 at the 37-yard line. A 32-yard return.
And the nightmare you just talked about happened.
Is exactly what you did not want to happen. But T. Cook, a heck of a play on that one. Dow just hung it up a little bit too long. That ball has to be out there a little bit on more of a line. And boy, Cook read it, stepped in front of it, and now has his team set up in good field position.
Yes, he does.
First down and 10 for the East. It's going to be Breck Long. Goes up the middle. He's met. Breaks a tackle. Look out, Breck Long! Oh, they didn't wrap him up, and he is going to go all the way. Breck Long, 43 yards. It is 24-0 East on top. It goes from bad to worse for the West.
They just, if it was a parade and you just said don't bust the old, balloon, well, the balloon has just got busted.
It's losing some air.
Yes, it's losing some air.
It's losing some air right now. So Breck Long, it looked like he was dead to rights, a couple yards beyond the line of scrimmage, but he just
kept those legs turning, didn't he?
He just kept him going.
Yes, he did.
Here we go. 2-point conversion attempt. And there's Hines, and he will not get in. So 4 touchdowns, no conversions for the East. But with 11:41 to go in the second quarter, it is 24-0 East on top, and the third touchdown run of the first half for Breck Long. He currently has, unofficially, I have him for 11 carries, 134 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I would imagine if I was a betting man, Mick Holt, his head coach from Sedan, who's also on the sidelines, probably feeling pretty good about that right now.
You know he is. And of course, a legendary down at Sedan was Les Davis. He coached everything: football, basketball, baseball, and at one time was most wins by any Kansas football coach. Les Davis had about 389 wins, and was in the USA Today magazine. Les Davis.
And looking at all-star game records, because he had 11:41 here in the first half, it's something to keep an eye on. Most yards rushing in a game was Mitch Ingleton with Baileyville B&B in 2021 or 2012. That kick goes through the end zone. It will be a touchback. He ran for 251 yards that day.
Could be in jeopardy this
So
day.
it could be in jeopardy if things keep going. The West, dare we say again, they've got to find something offensively and stay away from mistakes.
Yeah, because defensively they wanted to have all 8 guys have a football party ahead for the football, create turnovers, and control the line of scrimmage, which they've done none of that so far on the defense side of the ball.
West with the football. Ashton Dow running the quarterback. Colby Stoll will come and split to the far side. He's joined by Tristan Porter and Colton Bennett. There's a snap. Looking to throw. We have a flag on the play. Dowell's going to keep it. He has some running room and is going to be upended. T. Cook on the tackle. Ashton Dow brought down at the 39. Let's see what the penalty is. It is going to be a legal procedure.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, the first penalty of the ball game against the West. The unfortunate thing for the West All-Stars is it wipes a 23-yard gain off the books.
Yeah, but you don't fool old Stu Chance, the Whitehead. Old Stu, he was all over it.
So first down and 15 after the penalty. And the West just needs something positive to happen right here.
Yeah.
something positive to happen to get them energized and back in this football game. He'll trips to the far side this time. Snap is back. Dowell under pressure, throws off his back foot, and it's incomplete.
That was a tough throw. When you throw off your back foot, your body's going one way, you try and throw it the other. I think what he needs to do is head of a play and give the ball to Stu Chance, the receiver. They never expect the receiver to get the ball and run with it. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think they might want to nix that one out of the playbook.
Yeah, really. Well, he used to do that for the Fowler Gold Bugs when he was a kid.
Well, I think you and I both know, and Stu knows, he's not a kid anymore.
No, but that's right.
So 2nd down and 15.
So back to regular action here, huh?
Back to regular action.
Ashton, you got to
Dowell looking for a screen over the middle. It's intercepted! It's tipped and intercepted. Drew Stutzman comes away with it from Madison Hamilton, and he has had himself a heck of a game.
Yes, he
It
has.
is turnover number 3 on the West All-Stars, and it just keeps getting worse for the West. Second interception by Dowell. Well, a heads-up play by Stutzman, though, Larry Jansen.
Oh, yeah.
See that ball in the air and the effort he made to go get it.
He's 6'4", and he stretched out for it and got it. 6'4", 205-pounder for the Madison Bulldogs. He had 10 tackles this year, 2 interceptions, and 1 fumble recovery. Only 3 games he got hurt earlier. But playing linebacker today for the East All-Stars.
Well, Breck Long is all by himself in the backfield. He has 3 touchdowns so far in the game. This ball right at the 6. End around Hines. Trying to get somewhere, gets to the outside, breaks a few tackles, down the sideline, lowers his shoulder. Is
Boom.
he in?
Yes, broke 3
He is
tackles.
out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the 1. And we also have a flag on the play, so hold everything.
I think it's
See what we have.
I think it's
Looks like a block in the back.
Yeah, it was.
The initial look on the far side looks like a block in the back against the East.
You know why, Jeremy? That's how he got open down the sideline. Had that block in the back by his buddy.
So a 10-yard penalty. They'll march it back to the 16-yard line, 17, so a 11-yard penalty. And it's 1st down and goal from the 17.
1st and goal from the 17-yard line.
Fumble there, but
Brian fumbles the snap. Looking. He's going to run it, and he is going to be slung out of bounds. In on the tackle from number 16 in on the play.
yeah,
Dirksen.
All 6'3", 390-pounder from Caden Dirksen from Gossel. Playing in today for the West team. Did a good job there holding just a 1 yard. But kind of fumbling that snap, kind of threw everything out, the timing off for the East team anyway.
So no gain on the play that time for Carter Bryan. 2nd down and goal. Ball on the left hash. Bryan going to give it to Hines. He's going to be swallowed up and brought down. Dirksen in on the tackle again. Also coming in on the play was Braden Bergkamp from Hodgman County.
Yep.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and goal.
Yeah. Braden Bergkamp, 6'4", 485-pounder from Hodgman County. Longhorns had 4 interceptions this year. Playing safety today. Came up there and helped read that there. Tackle him with Caden Dirksen. Good job of both them guys.
Long back in at quarterback. Biker comes in at the running back position. And Wesley Long will line up as the end on the left side. Garrett Toon split to the far side. Long going to keep it. Runs up the middle. Up the middle, brought down, maybe, no, into the side the 5. He's
run.
into the end zone.
What a run.
He is like Houdini. How does he do it? He just does it. 17 yards and another score for Breck Long. He just continues to dominate this football game.
Well, for the year for Sedan, he had over 2,500 yards total, either running or throwing the ball. This time he had 103 carries for 1,258 yards, 30 touchdowns on the ground, and he just racked up another one today.
And we will see if the East can convert a two-point conversion. They've yet to do it today.
Well, fifth time might be a breaker, huh?
It could be. They lead at 30-0 right now. I don't think anybody saw this coming. Bryan is going to throw. Throws it over the middle. It's intercepted, and the conversion is no good. So the conversion is no good. So the East has left 10 points on the board by not converting. But with 9:45 to go in the first half, the East dominating by a score of 30-0.
A little shell shock. I think everybody on the West All-Star sidelined.
Well, you know, I think everybody might be a little shell-shocked.
Yes.
Both sidelines thinking that this game is in the situation it is in right now. And now you really test your chops as a coaching staff, especially on the West side, to keep your kids engaged and make sure they don't start hanging their heads and lose focus on what they need to do.
They need to remind themselves of the banquet speaker's last night's comments, huh? Grant Stevenson a little bit. A little nugget. Got to find a little nugget here to get some positive, huh?
Yep. So Spiker will tee it up at the 30. Haynes and Bennett will receive. And the ball is in the air, and the ball is across the goal line, and it is another touchback for Trent Spiker. And that is a weapon in of itself.
Sure.
When you have a guy that can put it into the end zone, you don't have to worry about a long return and a shift in momentum. So 1st and 10 from the 15 for the West. They come out again. Again, they have struggled offensively today. Had one good drive that ended with an interception. Xander Newberry in at quarterback.
Yes.
He's up across the 18 to the 19-yard line. His first carry, a gain of 4 on the play. Newberry, 6 foot, 175 from Attica. 1,241 yards, 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Ran for 818 yards and 20 touchdowns, so he knows how to do it through the air and on the ground.
Yeah, for the Attica, Oregon team.
Ball's on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Newberry. Did he lose it again? No, but he's going to lose yards all the way back to the 13-yard line, so a loss of 6.
I don't know whose fault that was. He tried to put a Bennett's bread basket, and it just popped out. But thank God he was alert and picked up the fumble. But he's got his helmet. He got rung up a little bit.
Yeah, he's not feeling too good as he goes over to the far sideline. Lacrosse head coach, one of the assistants today, John Webster, out to meet him to help him off the field. But, yeah, you put yourself in that situation. All of a sudden that ball's on the ground and all the defenders are like missiles to the football. And if you put your head down, there's a chance you can get your bell rung pretty quick.
Well, I think that just happened to him. He got his bell rung pretty good.
3rd down, 13 yards. Dowell back in at quarterback. He has struggled today. He's going to roll to his right, steps up, under pressure, hit. Can't get loose from the second man coming through. Drew Stutzman is having himself a day. Back at the 6-yard line. That's a loss of 7 yards on the play.
And he got slowed down there by Wesley Young from West Elk, 6'5", 225-pounder. Almost racked him up, slowed him down, and then Stutzman finished him off.
Well, the East is just bringing the energy on every play, and the momentum just keeps going and going and going.
Like a snowball going down a hill.
Yes, sir. The snowball would feel nice about right now, wouldn't it?
It would.
That punt is blocked. It's blocked, and making the tackle is going to be the big fella, number 99, Kevin Heineken. And they're going to mark it at the 1-yard line. So the East blocks the punt. Wesley Young with the block. And it's first down and goal from the 1-yard line for the East All-Stars.
Yeah, Wesley Young starting defensive end today for the East team. He was a late addition to the team, replaced them. 6'5" from West Elk.
I don't know if I've ever seen a game go from bad to worse so quickly, time after time after time. You think, oh, nothing else could possibly happen,
and
then they block a punt.
Yes.
So first down and goal. Spiker is right underneath center from Donovan West. He goes right up the middle, gets a little bit of help, and he's in from 1 yard out. Trent Spiker into the end zone. He has 4 carries, 19 yards, and 2 touchdowns to go with it. And with 7:29 to go in the first half, it's 36-0.
They just bulldozed it in there. That's called power football, which is what Coach Shelby Hoppy's wanted to do. He's 14 years he's coached down there at Canton Galva. He's a Rule 10 coach. This today is helped by Russ Steinbrook from Clifton Clyde Eagles and Nick Holt Sedan Devils. So we'll just see if they can get an extra point this time.
Well, with the 36-point lead, this would bring it up to 38 if they can get it. Tune in motion. It's going to be Long looking for the edge, lowers his shoulder, and what's the call? He did not get it.
Breck Long does
not get into the end zone. The conversion is no good, but with 7:29 to go in the first half, a score that I don't think anybody thought we would say at any point today, it is 36-0 with the East All-Stars on top, and the challenge gets monumentally harder for the West All-Star coaching staff to keep these kids engaged, Larry. It seems like it's kind of a broken record, but I mean it is true. I mean, anything that could go wrong in this first half has went wrong for the West.
And the East always said something negative, how quick can you forget it? Well, it's still a little on the back of their mind, I guarantee you it is.
Yeah, it's a little raw for them right now, I would say.
Yes. You're absolutely correct.
So Bennett and Haynes back deep for the West All-Stars. We're going to see if they can't get a return on this one.
In a way, halftime can't come soon enough for the West team to try to regroup, refocus.
And yet there's still 7:29 to go in the second quarter. We
you.
haven't even played half of the second quarter yet. The question is who's going to step up and make the play for the West? One of the kids needs to get in the middle of that huddle and say, guys,
one of them 20.
This is enough. It won't happen on this play as Spiker puts the ball into the end zone, and it's a touchback back to the 15-yard line. But where is it going to happen? Who's going to do it? And again, Dowell has struggled at quarterback, the Hoxie product. And Newberry had replaced him, but 3 plays into that, Newberry gets his bell rung.
That's right.
And he's over on the sideline without a helmet on.
And the West has some really good athletes. Meade State champions and Hill City, they're good. And there's just really doggone good players on that team. But right today, they're getting shell-shocked.
I would like to see the ball, again, I'll say this, in Tristan Porter's hands. We have not seen him with the football. Of course, Scotchney comes up and covered him right now. Throws it down the field. It is knocked away, incomplete. Scotchney on the coverage. Well, Lance Barr thought the same thing. We need to get the ball in number 6's hands.
You see him but Scotchney threw him out of bounds. He went out of bounds but came back in legally, so he regained himself. Legal if the ball would have got there. But he did a great job knocking the ball out of bounds.
Well, and as a defensive back, we saw him move right up, right in his face, and jammed him right off the line of scrimmage.
Challenged him.
So a kid like Porter can't use his speed quite as soon off the line of scrimmage, and so it gives the defensive back a fighting chance.
He's backing off now.
There is Porter with the ball on a sweep, makes a couple guys miss, and
Good yardage.
Gets up towards the 25 for a gain of 8 yards.
Yeah, he's one of their skill people. They need to get him in the open some way so he can use it.
Well, we saw what he did right there. He was bottled up close to the line of scrimmage and found a little seam and cut it back against the grain, and next thing you know, he's got 8 yards.
We also saw what he did in practice the last couple of days, too.
Yep. Third down, 2 yards to go. Xander Newberry back into the lineup. He's going to run it left side. He's hit and pushes forward. He's going to have a first down, a gain of 4 yards on the play.
Back in the ball game, gets it across the 25-yard line to the 27. It's enough for a first down for the West.
Well, I'm glad that he's recovered from that bell ringer he had earlier. That we've got it back out there.
Yeah, that's you
never
like to see a kid get hurt.
Nope.
You especially don't want to see him go down in an all-star game, an exhibition, because these kids some are going on to play, some aren't. Newberry, left side, shut down immediately. Guess who? Stutzman again. Yeah. A gain of a couple on the play.
You remember, see, the reason his stats are a little bit deceiving because he only played 3 games this year, got hurt. Stutzman did. He had 10 tackles, a couple interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, but that's only 3 games. So what we're seeing today, what he could have been doing all year long for him, that's why he's probably an all-star, obviously.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Dow takes the snap, gonna throw, under pressure, he's hit, and he is dropped. Got that one. That was Quaney, Trevor Quaney in on the tackle, but the initial pressure came from Samuel Drinkard from Valley Falls. He forced Dow up and out of the pocket, and Quaney was right there for the sack. It's third down and 12, a loss of 4.
Drinkard is, of course, from Valley Falls, 5'10", 180-pounder. Had 86 tackles this year and 1 interception, and he's the one that forced that, like you mentioned, Jeremy.
Third down, 12 yards. Dowell's going to throw it out in the flat. Catch is made. There is Porter. He's going to be short of the first down. Boy, the West gets the ball out there, but the East right there, surrounded out there. Scotchney was there. Young was there. Also Drinkard. So it's fourth down after a gain of 8 yards. Or excuse me, a gain. We'll call it a gain of 6, and we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with you. 4:36 to play here in the first half, 36-0 East. We're back after this on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by Bainter Oil Service, Hoxie, Kansas, providing bulk fuel farm delivery, gas and diesel at the pumps, oil changes, and tires. Paradise Roots Pharmacy, Hill City, Kansas, offering a wide range of prescription services and delivery within 30 miles. Crustbuster Speed King Incorporated. Farmers State Bank in McPherson, Galva, and Lindsborg. GBT Communications. Simpson Farm Enterprises of Hayes, Ransom, Great Bend, and Beloit. Farm Bureau Financial Services, Chad Cahoon, Agent. Garden of Eden Specialty Grocery Store, Little River. First Federal Bank, a branch of Lions Federal Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Programming on Smoky Hills PBS is made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Nextech, providing the area with top-notch broadband, business, technology, and advertising solutions. Nextech proudly supports public broadcasting and all of its ventures, impacting the economic growth of rural communities.
Welcome back. It is fourth down and 6 for the West All-Stars. They're going to go for it. Dow will be in the backfield by himself. Bennett to the far side. We'll see if they target Charlie Russell from Trigo here. And we've got a false start.
Yes.
False start on the far side. Derek Keith jumped from Hill City. And that's a big one. That makes it fourth down and 11. and still a decision to make now for the West.
11 yards to go.
You know that East All-Star squad said, hey, watch the ball, don't jump. And Keith just could not hold on long enough.
That's right.
They're going to still go for it on 4th down and 11.
You got twins to the right.
One to the far side.
Yes.
Looks like that middle might be open.
Blitz is coming.
Back to pass. Dow throws it over the middle. Catch is made by Porter. Looking to get to a first down. He got it. Tristan Porter at midfield. They're going to call him out just before that. He's going to pick up 12 yards and a first down.
That's kind of what the doctor needed to order right there, which we've been calling up here for a while. Get that speedster the ball, get him out in space, make things happen, and that was a great read across the middle.
First down and 10. They are right back up on the line. Dow running for his life. He's in trouble. He's hit. Ball out of bounds. Going to be an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10. And that's been a very common story as well, Larry Jantz. Ashton Dow under pressure when he goes back to pass.
Yeah, and of course they hit that pass, deflected that pass, and it's caught by the guys on the yardsticks over there, the down markers.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
multi-talented
Yeah.
here in Beloit. 2nd down, 10 yards. The ball just shy of midfield at the 38-yard line. They will send 3 wide receivers near side. Porter, Bennett, and Keith. Dow to throw it, most likely, unless they're running a draw play. He is going to throw it, looking. Over the middle, has a man, and there is Keith on the receiving end. The Hill City ringneck makes the catch at the 30-yard line. And that is going to be a pickup of 12 yards and a first down.
Good throw, good catch. First down, move the sticks, just what they wanted. Ashton Dow this year passed for 238 yards. 2,179 yards. Completed 142 passes this year. And
First
34
down
touchdowns.
and 10. They'll go 3 wide receivers to the far side, seeing if they can make something happen. There's the snap. Dowell has time to throw. Now he's under pressure. Heaves it up there, has a man out there, and it is incomplete, out of bounds. Bennett made the catch, but he was out of bounds.
Great try at that time by Colton Bennett to try and stay in bounds. It'll bring up a
Well,
second
Dowell
down
had
and 10.
time to throw the football, but then
The wind floated the ball out of bounds.
that pattern developed late, so Dow had to hold it a couple more ticks than he cared to.
Yes, he did. And the ball floated, and the wind took it right out of bounds.
And we are thankful for that breeze
Yes, we are.
today. I know Ashton Dowell isn't very thankful for it, but
Everybody in the
maybe
press,
not so much. The press box, they're in favor of the breeze.
they're celebrating up in the press box.
2nd down, 10 yards, low snap. Dowell over the middle. Keith makes the catch, cuts it back. If he would have just stuck his foot in the ground and went forward, he would have had the first down.
Yes.
He tried to make a little something more happen, picks up 7 yards.
And Damian Hatton got him by the legs. 6 foot, 395-pounder for Sedan. Had 74 tackles this year and 4 fumble recoveries, and he kept Keith from getting that first down, just as you mentioned, Jeremy.
Well, Hatton and Long representing the Sedan Devils very well today here in
Yes, they
Beloit.
are.
3rd down and 3. Dowell to pass. Throws it on to the outside. Bennett with the catch. He has the first down. He's out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Picks up 5 yards and a first down.
Yeah, the West starting to get a few plays consecutively, putting a few plays together and moving the sticks. That's a good sign for them. But we don't know if it's too late yet.
And we talked about it earlier. Quick passes.
That's
When
right.
you have that pressure coming, you have to get the ball out quick. Motion is Porter, and they're going to give it to Bennett. He goes left side with a little bit of running room, makes a couple guys miss, and then is pushed out of bounds. Stutzman on the tackle, and a pickup of 4 yards on the play.
Good individual move by him. He had 145 carries this year for 1,136 yards, 21 touchdowns for the Spearville Lancers.
2:56 on this first half clock. The East in control right now, leading 36-0. The West driving and hoping to see some points on the board. Dow rolling to his right. He's going to tuck it inside the 15, knocked out of bounds around the 12. In on the play, Samuel Drinkard. And that will be a pickup of about 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Looks like he landed wrong. Got up a little slower there for just a second. But we got a timeout by the west side.
So timeout, West. We'll take it with you. 2:50 to play, first half, 36-0. We're back after this on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by Process Systems Company, LLC, specialists in protein plant design. Bainter Oil Service, Hoxie, Kansas, providing bulk fuel farm delivery, gas and diesel at the pumps, oil changes, and tires. Paradise Roots Pharmacy, Hill City, Kansas, offering a wide range of prescription services and delivery within 30 miles. Leitner Buildings, LLC, Hayes, Kansas. First Federal Bank, a branch of Lions Federal Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Nextech Wireless, we are Kansas. First State Bank, Hoxie, Kansas. Crustbuster Speed King Incorporated. SurePoint Ag Systems and SurePoint Electronics, Atwood, Kansas.
Back at Trojan Field in Beloit, Jeremy McGuire and Larry Jantz on Smoky Hills PBS. 2:50 to go in the first half of the Kansas 8-man Division I All-Star game. The East All-Stars with a 36-0 lead, but the West putting together another nice drive, Larry. They've had a couple of nice drives that have ended in turnovers, and they're hoping this one will not be a turnover.
They're trying to get pay dirt on this one, aren't they?
They have to. They
Yes, they do.
absolutely have to have this. Porter near side, Keith to the far side. Snap coming from Xavier Hernandez. There's Bennett, stretches it to the outside, nowhere to go.
Great job.
Scotchney on the tackle. No gain on the play. It is 4th down. So Bennett tried to stretch it, and it just didn't work, and Scotchney was there.
That is great fundamental football by Russ Steinbrook. Jeff Scotchney, you don't run without your legs, and he cut him off right there at the ankles. And I don't care who you are.
And he saw, and the thing that is impressive about that play from the safety position, he recognized, or corner, he recognized it, got underneath his blocks, and made a tackle. And we're going to have a timeout West. And we're going to keep it right here with 2:13 to play in the first half. Taking a look at our scoring summary so far today, and it has been all East so far. Trent Spiker with a 2-yard touchdown run with 8:27 to go in the first quarter. And there's no conversions so far in this game, so we don't have to talk about those. And then it was the Breck Long show. 2-yard run with 8:12 to go in the first, a 6-yard run with 1:48 to go in the first, a 43-yard run with 11:41 to go in the second quarter, a 17-yard run with 9:45 to go in the second quarter, and then Spiker again, a 1-yard run with 7:29 to go in the second quarter. No conversions on either of those scores, and it is 36-0. The story for the West All-Stars: turnovers and punt blocks. They fumbled the ball once. They have thrown 2 interceptions, and they have had 1 punt block. One of the interceptions, the fumble recovery and the punt block, led to 1st and goal inside the 5.
That's right.
Here we go, 4th down, 3 yards to go. Colby Stoll laid onto the field for the West. Lines up to the right side of Ashton Dowell. The Hoxie quarterback looks, pump fakes, rolling to his left. Still looking. Now he's in trouble. Has some room, throws it up the field, looking for Bennett, incomplete. No flags on the play, and it's a turnover on downs. Boy, a great job by the West. Number 1, pursuing the quarterback. Number 2, keeping their coverage intact because he was scrambling for a while.
You mean the East on the how they kept with them?
Yes.
The East. Yes. The West did a good job though. They strung out the play, make it last as long as it did, or actually Dow did.
So 2:02 to go here in the first half, and the East has the football back
Again,
Carter Bryan will be in at quarterback. Spiker splits to his right side. Garrett Toon to the far. Caden Bauer to the near side. It is going to be Spiker, hit, dropped, picks up a yard on the play, maybe, depending on the spot. He does. And Newberry in on the tackle. Bergkamp in. Dirksen, 2nd and 9.
and they had a blitz coming up the gut, so if he would have got to the outside, might have been able to just go clear down the sideline because on the numbers. So now Spiker comes out. Hines comes in. And we'll see what they got dialed up now in 2nd and 10 yards for the East.
So Bryan had a heck of a year for Topeka Care Paravel, and nowhere to go for Hines.
Little
No
misdirection.
gain on the play.
Little counter play, little misdirection. Didn't go that way. Didn't have him fill 3rd down and a whole long 9 right now.
And another timeout by the West All-Stars will keep it right here. Again, the West All-Stars head coach today, Brant Douglas from Wichita County. John Webster from La Crosse, an assistant. Lance Barr from Hoxie, an assistant. For the Division I East All-Stars, head coach Shelby Hoppus from Canton Galva, assisted by Russ Steinbrock from Clifton Clyde and Mick Holt from Sedan. And I tell you what, those guys give up their time to come up here and coach these kids, and boy, it's a great experience for everybody, for the kids, for the coaches, for the staff, for us to be able to come up, spend a couple days. You know, been here since Thursday, and it's really been a good time for everybody. Now, the result on the football field hasn't been so good if you are a West All-Star. If you are an East All-Star, you're pretty happy with how things have went. But 3rd down and 9.
With 1:09 to go at halftime.
1:09 to go in the first half. They're down 9 yards to go. Bryan throws it. Catch is made by Toon. Nope, incomplete. Threw his hands and hit the ground, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
And of course, for Brant Douglas this year, what he thought about who keeps him loose in the locker room and practice all this week. And he said Colton Bennett from Spearville and Brady Digges from South Graves, one that kept him loose. Lots of jokes, lots of humor. And they're not finding so much humor right now, though.
No, they're going to have a hard time finding some humor in this one. But the punt situation here.
Just a
And
reminder.
it will be Spiker that will punt it away. Torrin Haynes back deep to receive. He stands at his own 25-yard line. The Meade product. Snap is good. Kick is away. It is going to be towards the sidelines and way out of bounds, and they will spot it, and we'll see where they spot it at. And Haynes is disappointed he didn't get a chance to
Have a
get his
return.
hands on the football. And they're going to mark it at the 37-yard line. So with 59 seconds to go in the first half, West All-Stars will have it back, down by 36.
Yeah. Well, Torrin Haynes has played. He's the quarterback for that state champion Meade Buffaloes this year, and his dad's a principal there. And we're going to see what happens here today.
First down, 10 yards to go. Dowell hits the snap. Throws it out in the flat, catch is made, and right there, and a heck of a play over there by Damian Hatton from Sedan. And the thing he did, Larry, he knew he had help from the inside, so he stayed outside to bring the man down, a gain of a couple on the play.
Tristan Porter struck out here. He's one of them split. They're going to try. They're going to try
Back
to
to
get.
pass, Dowell. Throws it out there. Bennett got his hand on it, but could not bring it in. Drinkard on the coverage from Valley Falls. It'll bring up 3rd down.
For Colton Bennett. Drinkard was on the defensive stand that time. 3rd down and 9 to go for the West.
Number 6 hit number 6 pretty good and leveled little Porter out there in the middle of the field. pass went the other direction, but there was 2 number 6s, bing, bing.
Well, the
Put it right on the
number
turf.
6 in blue is a little bit bigger than the number 6 in the red today.
You think?
Just a little bit. Porter 5'9".
Yeah.
Stutzman comes in at 6'4".
Yeah, and 160 pounds compared to 205.
Third down, we'll call it 8. Dowell to throw out in the flat. Keith makes the catch. He's brought down, short of the first down.
Guess who? Jeff Scottsney on the old tackle.
A gain of, we'll call it 6 on the play. It's 4th down and 2, and they're going to be quick to the line and go for it.
Well, 9 seconds to go, and who's timeout now? West, East. The West is about out of timeout, should be.
Timeout called by the West.
Timeout called by the West squad.
Well, I thought they was out of timeouts too, but they must have had something left over from last year's game. That they
4th
didn't use.
down and 2 yards to go. The ball at the 35-yard line and a timeout with 9 seconds to go in the first half. If you are the East All-Stars right now, Larry Jantz, you're telling everybody nobody behind you.
Yeah.
If you're the West All-Stars, somebody make a play.
Get open. Yeah. With a total of 9 seconds to go. And 4th down, so guess what? Last play of the half for the West. Probably unless they get something real fast, quick, and get out of bounds and make the first down. They could sure use a Hail Mary touchdown, couldn't they?
Yeah, and the East is ready for that.
I don't think they had this defensive scheme set up in.
I didn't see him practice it this week.
No, I didn't either.
Dowell's going to throw it out to the outside. Keith makes a catch. There's a pitch
Porter.
back. Coming to the outside, and down is Porter with 1 second on the clock.
But the sad thing,
And we have a flag on the play because I think that pitch might have went forward.
it did go forward. Yes, it did.
So it was exciting for just a moment.
And that's not a new rule this year either. You can't do that.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
So it's going to be an illegal forward pass. We'll see if Stu Chance remembers that signal.
Yeah, it
He
did.
does. Look at that.
Don't ever question Stu
Hey, I was just
Chance.
making sure. You just
Yeah.
you don't see him very often.
Only state games.
An illegal forward pass. That's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And a loss of down.
It's a loss of down.
So the East will get it.
On down to the East squad with 1 second.
Boy,
left to
Stu
play.
Chance was all over it, wasn't he?
He was. So now if you're the East, do you
Take a knee.
take a knee or do you try and score again here with 1 second?
You take a Scott's knee.
Well, I don't think he's going to be playing.
Well,
he's going to be taking this snap.
Oh, well, then don't take a Scott's knee then.
Yeah, here we go. We've got the
We got all linemen in there now?
all lineman. Spiker's going to take the snap, and he's probably going to take the knee. And now we got a false start over on the far side.
Well, it was 20, wasn't it? Yeah.
So they'll put 1 second back on the clock.
Was that Garrett Toon over there getting
That
in
was
a hurry?
Garrett Toon. That's about the only thing the East has not done well is penalties. That is their 6th penalty for 36 yards. Penalty is declined. It is the end of the first half, and we are to halftime. All East, the East All-Stars on top by a score of 36-0. We will be back with your second half after this on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by Meade State Bank, a branch of Stock Growers State Bank. We know community banking. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Process Systems Company, LLC, specialists in protein plant design. Crustbuster Speed King Incorporated. Farmers State Bank in McPherson, Galva, and Lindsborg. GBT Communications. Leitner Buildings, LLC, Hayes, Kansas. Simpson Farm Enterprises of Hayes, Ransom, Great Bend, and Beloit. First State Bank, Hoxie, Kansas. SurePoint Ag Systems and SurePoint Electronics, Atwood, Kansas. Farm Bureau Financial Services, Chad Cahoon, agent. Garden of Eden Specialty Grocery Store, Little River. First Federal Bank, a branch of Lions Federal Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Programming on Smoky Hills PBS is made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Nextech, providing the area with top-notch broadband, business, technology, and advertising solutions. Nextech proudly supports public broadcasting and all of its ventures, impacting the economic growth of rural communities.
And welcome back to Trojan Field in Beloit on Smoky Hills PBS. It's a Kansas 8-man Division I All-Star game, and it has been all D1 East today with a 36-0 lead. I'm Jeremy McGuire. Now time to take a look at our halftime statistics for the 2022 8-man Division I All-Star game on Smoky Hills PBS. They're brought to you by Cunningham Telephone and Cable, serving North Central Kansas. So we'll take a look at the East. 19 yards passing, 180 yards on the ground, 199 total yards. Key for the East, 0 turnovers. They've committed 6 penalties for 36 yards. They have 6 first downs and 36 points on the board. For the West All-Stars, 117 yards passing. They have 4 yards on the ground, 121 total yards. The big stat here for the West, 3 first-half turnovers. They have 3 penalties for 15 yards, 7 first downs, and no points on the board. Again, your first-half statistics brought to you by Cunningham Telephone and Cable, serving North Central Kansas. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff to start the second half on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by
Paradise Roots Pharmacy, Hill City, Kansas, offering a wide range of prescription services and delivery within 30 miles. Bainter Oil Service, Hoxie, Kansas, providing bulk fuel farm delivery, gas and diesel at the pumps, oil changes, and tires. Farmers State Bank in McPherson, Galva, and Lindsborg. First Federal Bank, a branch of Lions Federal Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. SurePoint Ag Systems and SurePoint Electronics, Atwood, Kansas. Nextech Wireless, we are Kansas.
Welcome back to Trojan Field on Smoky Hills PBS. The Kansas 8-man Division I All-Star game with the East All-Stars on top by a score of 36-0. Jeremy McGuire, Larry Jantz. The East All-Stars will kick off to start the second half. The West All-Stars will get it. And we'll see if Brant Douglas, John Webster, and Lance Barr, the coaches for the West All-Stars, Larry Jantz, have the best halftime speech in the history of halftime speeches.
They're going to have to do the Houdini. Pull some rabbit out of the hat on this one, I think, the second half here for sure.
But the good thing is they still have a full half worth of football to get it done.
That's right.
But they have left little room for error if they are to get it done.
And look for this to be a touchback because Spiker has been creating touchbacks on every time he kicks the ball, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. And there's the kick.
Another.
It is deep, and it is into the end zone. It is touchback. It will be first down and 15 for the West All-Stars at their own 15-yard line.
We saved you from having to call a touchback. The referees were ready.
So here we go, first down, 10 yards from the 15-yard line. Offensive line, Xavier Hernandez, Colin Lumry, Rylan Bassert, Ashton Dowell at the quarterback will take the snap. What does the West have? Dowell throws it up. It is deep, and it is out of bounds. And again, happened to throw off of his back foot, Larry, with pressure on him. It is second down and 10.
And there's a great catch out of bounds by Carter Holloway for the 5'10", 200-pounder from Little River. He would have made Kevin Ayers proud on that one.
He's probably gonna take this video and show it to Coach Ayers and see.
Yeah, I
you
should've
should have
been-
you should have
sure.
had me out there to receive
Sure.
more often than you've had. Second down and 10. And left side, there is Tristan Porter, stretched out to the sideline. He is knocked out of bounds.
But a good game, though.
Stutzman is out there. Hatton is out there. And a gain of 4. It's third down and 6.
But that's a doggone good game, though. I guess he went out of bounds a little earlier.
Down and 6 yards to go from the 19.
Ball up to the 19-yard line, and the defense for the East All-Stars has been really good today. And those defensive ends, Wesley Young, and also out there, Trevor Quaney.
They've done a
Third
good
down
job.
and 6. And it's going to be Dow looking for some room. And he has a little space, but not enough. And it's going to be fourth down. A gain of 3 yards on the play. We'll call it 4th and 3.
It's going to be a 4th down from the 22, a 4th down and 3 yards to go.
Well, the West All-Stars have been relegated to needing to go for it.
Yes, they have.
So over here on the near side, Keith from Hill City, Porter from Wichita County. Far side is Bennett from Spearville. Dowell from Hoxie. Low snap is on the ground. He's hit. He's dropped. Now it's recovered. Samuel Drinkard recovers the low snap and the fumbled snap. And the West turns it over again, and the East All-Stars are on it. First down and 10 inside the 20.
Mercy. Just what you didn't want it to happen if you're a West All-Star. Samuel Drinkard, 5'10", 180-pounder from Valley Falls, 86 tackles, 1 interception. Now he had a fumble recovery here in the All-Star game.
I mean, you just talk about it at halftime. Hey, come out, let's put a good drive together, make something good happen if you're the West All-Stars, and then it just falls apart for you on the low snap.
Yeah, and they wanted to win the turnover margin. Now they're 4 behind.
And it is Long, Breck Long. They are wrapping up. He has proven that he can break some tackles, and he will pick up 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up second down and 7.
About 3 yards on the play. That will be a second down and 7.
It's amazing what he does. 6'4", 200 pounds. No wonder it's tough just to bring down. 6'4", 200-pound quarterback is pretty amazing at 8-man level.
Long with 14 carries, 158 yards on the game. Second down, 7 yards to go.
Oh, a fumble.
Fumble snap. Long gets it. And he is going to be buried in the backfield back at the 20-yard line. So the first chink in the armor of the East All-Stars, but they will keep possession. A loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, nose guard, West nose guard. Got it by Aiden Nicholson. And 102 tackles this year, 1 fumble recovered for Hill City Ringnecks. 5'10", 180-pounder, Aiden Nicholson.
So third down, so the West defense making some things happen, and Long will come off. Carter Bryan into the lineup. 51 touchdowns through the air for Carter Bryan this year.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yes, it is.
3rd and 12. He's going to look to throw it out in the flat too far to the intended receiver. It is 4th down and 12.
But your receiver, he stopped his route. He didn't keep running.
As a quarterback, you expect that route to continue, and if they stop that route, the quarterback's throw looks bad. But
well, yeah, and if Garrett Kuhn would just kept on running, Toon from West Elk, 6'2", 180-pounder, he'd caught that ball.
Breck Long back into the lineup, 4th down and 12. He converted a 4th down into a 17-yard touchdown run in the first half.
Yes, he did. And what are we going to do this time? Well,
there's a snap. Long's going to keep it, going to the right side. He's going to be hit. He is going to be dropped. Volden is out there. Bergkamp is out there. a gain of a yard on the play, but they needed a lot more than that, and it's a turnover on downs, and it goes back over to the West All-Stars. So maybe really the first good thing we've seen happen for the West in this ball game.
Just thinking that same comment myself. Yep. And I saw John Webster, assistant coach, he really got excited there on that stop because he's kind of a defensive coordinator, trying to help him out. Lance Barr's on offense with helping Brent Douglas. So we'll see what we got going now. Must be a communication situation here. Maybe too many guys on the field.
Kristen Porter comes off. They're going to stack it up this time. Newberry, left side, little bit of running room. Leaps out across the 25 to the 26-yard line, picks up 6 yards.
A little power football that time. Sometimes they go spread or they empty or they run a bunch. That would be called their bunch formation right there. And made a few yards, so it'll be second and about 4 yards, Jeremy, it looks like.
Ryland Bassard in as really an 8-back type of a flanker position to lead block. Newberry goes left and
nowhere to
runs
go.
Into a brick wall. Built partially by Trevor Quinde, Samuel Drinkard, and that man we've talked about a lot today, Drew Stutzman.
I think he had that, didn't have 99 in there too a little bit. He's just coming off. The little guy, 6'2", 290-pounder, Kevin Hunnigan from Madison Bulldog Country. That was the brick wall you talked about. He hit him.
So third down from the 26. Low snap. Nothing. Timing was off. And Nate Tice coming in to make the tackle. Also Wesley Young, a loss back inside the 25. Back to the 23-yard line, a loss of 3. It's 4th and 7.
Yeah, that Tice was all over him that time for Washington County. 6'4", 260-pounder. 39. Guy's been on full ration for several years, it looks like to me.
4th down. So you're saying he's been on a Larry Jantz ration?
That's probably
4th down and 7.
Could be on yours too.
Oh yeah. Back to pass Dow. He's under pressure. He gets out of it. Still under pressure and some trouble. Throws it up the field. It's tipped and incomplete. And that's an illegal touching.
By Reese Lyman.
Touched the lineman, Colin Lumry. So we're going to see what the.
Yeah, see, Lumry generally he played right guard today, and 72, 6'2", 240. Big target, but.
So it's an illegal touching.
Yes. They're trying to call a lifeline to find out what they're going to take.
Well, you just
time.
aged yourself right there.
Yeah, that's right. Lifeline right there.
Is that even on anymore?
I think so. I don't know. I don't watch them.
Penalties decline, so it will be. So 1st and 10 from the 20 for the East. They take over with 7:18 to go in the third quarter. They have a 36-0 lead.
Hey, when I played this game, at least they had face masks. Huh? Did they when you played? Just kidding.
You got me by a few years, man.
That's right. I know. Yeah.
1st down and 10 from the 20.
Uh-oh.
Long. About got tackled by his own player. Doesn't matter. He marches into the end zone. Boy, he hit his own guy. Garrett Toon in motion. Got away from that. Kept his balance and goes in from 20 yards out for his 5th touchdown run of the ball game.
I think he knocked him off balance, and but it hit him. That put him back got his feet back underneath his feet, and that's why he went to the left, untouched after that. He's had an amazing game so far from Sedan, Blue Devil country.
7:13 to go here in the third quarter. The 5th touchdown run for Breck Long.
He's making his head coach proud, isn't he?
And
Just
that-
assistant coach today.
That ties him with Tyler Martin of Midway Denton, who had 5 touchdowns in 2022. Long is going to go with it. He fumbles it. It's on the ground, and that's the end of the play. Newberry recovered it, but it does not matter, and so it is 42-0. And the East All-Stars continue to roll in this one. Larry Jansen, Breck Long with his 5th touchdown run of the game. As I'd mentioned, ties Tyler Martin from Midway Denton, who scored 5 touchdowns in that game. And he also has the most points scored in a game of 34 in the same year. Obviously, 2002, you're not going to come back for another All-Star game the next year. So
No, that's right.
So, if Breck Long can find his way into the end zone again, he'll find his way into the record book
Well,
for
sure.
the 8-man All-Star game. So they will kick it off again from the 30. Trent Spiker.
What's the odds on this one being a touchback?
I'm going to go. I'm not a betting man, but I'd bet a lot on it that it's going to be a touchback.
Me too.
And
Oh!
that's why I don't bet.
That's right.
From the 5-yard, Bennett with the football. Colton Bennett up the sideline and pushed out of bounds across the 25. And they will mark him about the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 from there. So Spiker, his right leg might be getting a little tired.
It's certainly limbered up, I'll guarantee you that. He's had a lot of opportunities today. But that there, nice stop over there by old T. Cook from Clifton, Clyde, Eagle Country. 88 tackles, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery for Russ Steinbrock. That who's their assistant coach today.
1st and 10, 28-yard line. Ashton Dowell has had to run for his life today when he dropped back to pass. Now Tristan Porter beside him. Fake the handoff. Dowell has time to throw this one, and right on the money on the catch into East Territory down to the 32-yard line.
Great pass and even a better catch.
20 yards on the completion. And the West All-Stars have something going here in the third quarter.
And they need it very much. Yes, but that was a great pass, and right had to be where it had to be. A great catch.
And Dowell showed right there what he can do when he has a little bit of time to set up and throw the football. 1st and 10 from the 32. Dowell's going to throw it again. Fakes it out in the flat. Now he's going to run with it, cuts it back. Looked like he did go down, and he did. He's going to lose a couple of yards as he put the brakes on and skidded to a knee. Second down, 11 yards to go. Ashton Dowell stepping up, throws it down the field, has a man. Bennett with the catch. Stutzman is there and pulls him out of bounds inside the 10. And Little John going on, and there's the flag.
I
So a
think
nice play by Dow finding his man out there. Goes from the 33 down to the 8-yard line.
I think Shelby's going to have a little father to son talk with Mr. Stutzman on this deal.
Yeah, he is getting the call. Half the distance to the goal line. 25-yard connection. And then a penalty on half the distance after appeared that Stutzman's mouth runneth over on the far side.
Yes.
And that happens from time to time.
And I think Shelby Hoppy's the coach going to let him know about it. Just did.
First and goal from just inside the 5. Can the West get on the scoreboard? Porter cuts it back, still on his feet, and he is slung back.
Yeah.
Nate Tyson on the tackle after a gain of 2.
He did a good job until he run in that 6'4", 260-pounder, Nathan Tice out of Washington County. It's 260 pounds against that Tristan Porter. That was a 100-pound difference on that one.
Dylan Hines comes off the field.
They got their
There's
bunch
Xander
play.
Newberry. He goes left, and he's not going to get there. Wesley Young came off that line, straight down the line, and made the tackle. No gain on the play. Boy, Young with one heck of a play right there.
Yeah, he's done a good job. I mean, do you see how they're just controlling the line of scrimmage? They're still playing their 3-2 defense. Of course, that's what Shelby said we're going to play the whole game. Be physical, create turnovers, limit big plays. They've done all that. And a 3-2 defense.
Well, if you neutralize the offensive line, it allows guys to have some.
Yep. Little helmet issue over there, a little chin strap issue.
Stutzman getting his helmet. He Cook in there with his expertise. And we're ready to go.
He probably had a screwdriver in there to fix that there chin strap, don't you suppose? Tucked away somewhere?
Well, that might be illegal.
Oh, it could be.
So 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 3. Boy, the West, the understatement of the game, really, really needs this. It's going to be Newberry left side. He is going to be stopped.
Stutzman.
And Stutzman there again. And the guy that helped him fix his helmet.
T. Cook.
Also in there, T. Cook. Gain of a yard on the play. It's 4th and goal from the 2.
Yep. O.T. Cook.
And
One of those Clifton Clyde Eagles.
And this All-Star, this East All-Star team, this defense, they don't want to give up any points.
That's right.
So here comes the play on 4th down and goal from the 2. Offensive line, Lumry, Hernandez, Bassert. Ashton Dow back in at quarterback. He has Derek Keith beside him.
Run pass option.
Back to throw. To the left, Dow pitches it, incomplete, knocked away. I'm not sure if that was Stutzman out there.
That was T. Cook.
First down and 10 for the East All-Stars after the incompletion.
We'll take
3:53 to play in the 3rd quarter, 42-0 East. The West had a chance and could not capitalize. Carter Bryan, right side. Did they
Did he
get
get
out
safety?
of the end zone? It's a safety.
Safety.
The West defense brings the first score of the ball game. Might have been Zach Volden out there on the tackle. It's a safety and 2 points for the West.
Yeah, Zach Volden, he had 85 tackles for the Meade Buffaloes and 6 number to go. We got a free kick here coming down.
So it will be a free kick coming for the East. The West will be on the receiving end. They might actually be able to return this one.
You think?
I think so.
I think you're right.
Spiker will kick it, brings the tee out. So we have a safety. We do not have a shutout.
It's a free kick here for the East. Spiker will put it on the tee to kick it off.
They've been kicking them all day long off a tee. Why not again?
The high end over ender. Taken at the 15 by Bennett. Across the 25, brought down at the 30. Garrett Toon in on the tackle.
And
Drew Stutzman there to help him finish it off.
First down and 10.
Would you say that Stuth has been everywhere?
Yeah, he's been everywhere. He has been impressive today.
First down and 10 for the West.
Well, let's see if they got Ashton down back there, because they're going to have to put the ball in the air and run past options. They better have some more screens or something underneath of it. Like you said, quick pass, get the ball quick, because it's going to be under pressure.
And we haven't seen Charlie Russell targeted, and that pass is incomplete. Baluch, the intended receiver.
But that was Newberry pass because it was left-handed. He's left-handed, so it wasn't Ashton Dow. It was Xander Newberry today throwing that pass, incomplete. 2nd and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Looking for anything positive to happen for the West.
3:37 to go here in the third quarter. The West trailing 42-2.
Oh,
Stoll on the carry, and he is blasted. Stutzman again. I don't think in all the years we've called these all-star games, Larry, I don't think we've mentioned one name defensively as many times as we have mentioned Drew Stutzman today.
Consistently, he's involved in about every play.
I mean, unbelievable. Nate Tice comes onto the field. Get a little break for Kevin Heineken.
Heineken, just a little feller, 290 pounds, 6'2" from Madison.
Third down. Dow will throw it up the field. He has Keith out there. He's got it at the 10, the 5. That's a touchdown for the West All-Stars. Ring it up from 53 yards out.
He tight-roped it down there. Great pass, great catch. The referee was right there with him and had his arm out on the left eye like he was safe. He was inside all the way. Look close.
Boy, the West All-Stars finally strike on offense.
Yes. Now what to go 2-point extra point.
So 42-8 is the score. 53 yards on that pass and catch. There's the throw out in the flat. Bennett, he's going to come across a lot of territory looking for a block. He gets it to the goal line, and he did not get in. Well, Bennett covered a lot of ground to go about 1.5 yards on that play.
I think it's between 35 and 40 yards he ran. Almost got there, a half a yard short on a 3-yard attempt.
But for the West All-Stars, they finally get into the end zone. 42-8. And, boy, Ashton Dow, a nice ball there. Derek Keith kept it running his route, caught it in stride, and went all the way.
And you might say that was a must score for the West.
Oh, absolutely. Now if you're the West,
onside kick?
That's where I was going to go.
Really?
I would. What do you have to lose?
Well, you're thinking like a coach, aren't that one, would you? Yeah, that's what I do.
You don't have anything to lose.
No. try to catch them off guard. I'll guarantee, I'll bet you the East going to be ready for an onside.
I bet you're right. Although they only have 3 guys up. Here comes number 4. And the up guys are coming up just a little bit.
Yeah, I think they anticipate what's going to happen here. A little onside kick.
Ryan Bassert, that's only his 2nd kick, and that one might have been a little bit short. So Colby Stoll, or excuse me, it was not Colby Stoll.
Talking about Ryan Bassart?
Caden Dirksen. And so it's going to be first down. They wave off the flag. First down and 10 from the 31. So here comes the East right back at it. Carter Bryan to throw it. Well, maybe hand it off and run it. No, he is going to run it. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be slung down. Newberry in on the tackle. Deegis coming in there.
Yep.
Bergkamp was in the vicinity.
Yep, number 3, number 5,
Loss
number
of
16.
a yard on the play.
Bergkamp had 4 interceptions this year. The 6'4", 485-pounder from Hodgman County. They got Calden Dirkston from Gossel, 6'3", 190-pounder.
Bryan. Incomplete. Looking
up
for Bauer. And Deegis there to break it up. And Deegis comes up.
Hand.
A little slow, but he will be all right. Ready to go for 3rd down and 11.
Looked like his fingers might have hit the tip of that football, you know, and kind of jammed it. He's tough. He's South grade running rebel. He'll be in there. Brady Dingus.
Back pass. Bryan
Deegis,
lofts it up towards the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Toon. Out there on the coverage was Torrin Haynes. Incomplete. It is a 4th down.
Good defensive coverage there by Torrin Haynes today. 5'11", 155-pounder from Meade. He played quarterback for those Meade Championship Buffaloes when they won state last fall. For the Brian Looters team.
John Webster came out near the numbers to talk with Xander Newberry about the defensive call on this one. So 4th down, 11 yards to go. Bryan rolling to his right, under pressure, hit, he breaks it, and he's down.
Great job of number 9.
Coming in from the far side to make the play was Braden Patterson from Hodgman County, all the way back to the 39-yard line.
And he came from the right defensive end is where he came from. Yeah, great job by Braden Patterson, the 5'11", 200-pounder from Hodgman County Longhorns.
So now the ball back in the hands of the West offense, who just had a long pass play. And if I were them, I'd go back to that same play.
I think so too. Catch whenever they have a turnover or get a negative play, hit them.
Dow is going to throw it out in the flat. Heath makes the catch, and he is going to be brought down after a pickup of 3 on the play. So 3 yards, it's 2nd down and 7.
It's tough when you catch them and tackle them down by the ankles and legs. Get them down there. They ain't going nowhere without their feet and their legs. Great job.
20 to play here in the 3rd quarter, 42-8. The West with the football, trailing by 34. Dow going to throw again. Has some time. Lofts it up.
Open.
Too far.
Yep.
Looking for Tristan Porter. 3rd down and 7.
Had good coverage out there by T. Cook anyway, with Clifton Clyde, but the ball was too tall.
T. Cook that was on the coverage from Clifton Clyde. 3rd down, 7.
Dowell had time to throw it that time.
Yes, he did.
He had good blocking from the offensive line, and you saw Bennett step up and provide a couple chip blocks in there.
Had a good spiral, just a little too tall for the receiver.
Dowell to throw it, looking for a screen.
Yeah,
they
he
have
got
the
it.
man. There's Charlie Russell. Had some blockers, and he went to cut and fell down. Drew Stutzman was the closest one to him, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, 6'4", 225 pound Charlie Russell from Triggle Golden Eagles. Had 2 catches this year for 17 yards. There are 2 carries, 30 receptions, for 430 yards, 5 touchdowns in the air.
4th down, 6.
Boy, the blitz is coming.
Dowell's throwing it. Under pressure, throws it up, has Keith out there. He has got it!
Yeah.
Derek Keith out of bounds just outside the 10-yard line. 25 yards and a 1st down.
Wasn't much you could do about that one. That's a perfect throw.
So 1st down and goal, they mark it right at the 10-yard line with 25 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Empty backfield. Right to the left.
Dowell to throw it. Under pressure, he's going the wrong way. You throw the ball up the field in the end zone. It is intercepted.
Yeah.
Guess who? Drew Stutz. Interception in the end zone. It's a touchback to the 15-yard line. Oh, my goodness, Drew Stutzman, have yourself a day, young man. That's his 2nd interception.
I got a feeling he would be a shoe-in for Defensive Player of the Game.
Defensive player, overall player.
Could be overall.
He and Breck Long are competing for it right now if that award were to be handed out.
Well, let's split it, make one an offensive category and then a defensive. Then that way they both get to split it.
They both win.
Yeah.
So 16 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter after the interception. Dowell tried to fit it into tight quarters, and it did not work. Long is going to keep it. Runs right, stacked up, hit, goes nowhere. No gain on the play. So Breck Long, no gain on the play. And
one guy's going to stay down.
An injury on the field with 3 seconds to go here in the quarter.
It was kind of a gang tackling. About 5 out of the 8 guys for the West was on that tackle. Steepens.
And he's down right now. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you who it is and how they're doing. 3 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We're back after this on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by Meade State Bank, a branch of Stock Growers State Bank. We know community banking. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Bainter Oil Service, Hoxie, Kansas, providing bulk fuel farm delivery, gas and diesel at the pumps, oil changes, and tires. GBT Communications. Simpson Farm Enterprises of Hayes, Ransom, Great Bend, and Beloit. SurePoint Ag Systems and SurePoint Electronics, Atwood, Kansas. First Federal Bank, a branch of Lions Federal Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Garden of Eden Specialty Grocery Store, Little River.
Programming on Smoky Hills PBS is made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Nextech, providing the area with top-notch broadband, business, technology, and advertising solutions. Nextech proudly supports public broadcasting and all of its ventures, impacting the economic growth of rural communities.
Welcome back. Braden
Number
Bergkamp,
Yeah.
the injured player, and he's up with a little bit of help off the field, so hope that Braden's okay. So they'll mark it ready for play, run the clock, and that is going to be the end of the third quarter. So we played 3 quarters from Trojan Field in Beloit. Your score in the Kansas 8-man Division I All-Star game, the East All-Stars 42, the West All-Stars 8. We're back after this on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by Paradise Roots Pharmacy, Hill City, Kansas, offering a wide range of prescription services and delivery within 30 miles. Process Systems Company, LLC, specialists in protein plant design. First State Bank, Hoxie, Kansas. Nextech Wireless, we are Kansas. Farmers State Bank in McPherson, Galva, and Lindsborg. Crustbuster Speed King Incorporated. Leitner Buildings LLC, Hayes, Kansas. Simpson Farm Enterprises of Hayes, Ransom, Great Bend, and Beloit. Farm Bureau Financial Services, Chad Cahoon, agent.
And welcome back to Trojan Field in Beloit. Start of the fourth quarter, East All-Stars facing second down and 10 with a 34-point lead. Back to pass Long, throws it up the middle of the field. Sliding catch is made for the East All-Stars. Number 5, Lance Noonan from Burlingame on the receiving end. He picks up 13 yards and a first down.
And Lance had 29 receptions, 404 yards this year, 7 touchdowns for a Burlingame. Jeff Slater's buddy was his coach. So Lance Noonan, 6'3", 185-pounder, caught that nice pass. Playing tight end today for the East All-Stars.
First down and 10. Long's going to keep it. Goes up the middle. Has some blocking. Has some running room. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another. Still on his feet. It is knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line. 18 yards and a first down for Breck Long.
was opened up on that time by Kaden Schaefer, Carter Holloway, and Kyle Bruce. Lance Noonan was also out there grading the hole. First down and 10 from the 34-yard line.
Yeah, ball down at the 34, first and 10. It has been all East today. West had a little something in the third quarter. Long with another carry. Boy, he just doesn't give up. Breck Long, can he break another tackle? Yes, he can. Still on his feet inside the 5. Dives to the pylon. It is a touchdown.
Yeah, he got it.
Breck Long, have yourself a day, young man. 34 yards and a score.
Incredible run. Incredible run.
And Breck Long now has the all-time record with 6 touchdowns scored in the All-Star game, breaking a record set in 2002 by Tyler Martin of Midway Denton.
The records are made to be
and
broken.
He has also broken the total points scored with 36, also set by Tyler Martin of Midway Denton in 2002.
Imagine
you like that quick center math there?
Yes, I do. You had a good math teacher up there. I think his name's Roger Barta, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he knew a little something about math.
They just hoped he was going to be a good football coach.
Carter Bryan, 2-point conversion, incomplete. Boy, a heck of an effort by Toon, but he just couldn't bring it in. 48-8 is the score with 11:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. So Breck Long has 226 yards rushing unofficially And again, the most yards rushing in a game, Mitch Engelken, back in 2012 from Baileyville B&B with 251 yards rushing. So right now, Long has secured the total touchdown record, the total points scored record, and he's knocking on the door of the most yards rushing in a game record.
Well, you said unofficially. I'd say you're more official than Don Melby, because Don Melby's just sitting down there in that chair, and he's supposed to be the main stat guy.
I have no comment, but my stats are not going to be official, and his are. So
Well, they're going to take his,
yes.
because he started this 8-man association years ago. He's one of the chartered fathers of this thing.
So we'll
He's a great
see if
guy.
the East gets the ball back, if Breck Long will go out there at quarterback. He's been sharing the duties with Carter Bryan, and he has dominated this game today.
Well, we got a little breeze. What do you
Offensive
think?
line has done a great job too. Carter Holloway, Kyle Bruce, Caden Schaefer, Lance Noonan in there blocking in an end position, wide receivers blocking downfield, and a lot of heck of an effort also by Mr. Long, breaking a lot of tackles and just continuing to work hard. That ball is going to be out of bounds, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make him kick it again. Make that special teams coverage team run down the field again.
You know, you got to give Long a lot of credit for doing a lot of things on his own. However, Kevin Ayers got to be extremely proud, because his 3 of the Little River guys are leading the front up front. You got your Caden Schaefer, your Kyle Bruce, and Carter Holloway. All of them from Little River is up front on the offensive line, creating holes up the gut. Making old Kevin Ayers quite proud, the head coach of Little River Indians.
Redskins.
Indians, Redskins, Squaws. Just kidding. Yes.
Oh, here comes the kickoff from Spiker. 5 yards back. Doesn't matter. Well, Haynes will get a chance to return it from the 1. Torrin Haynes finally gets his hands on it, and he gets drilled. Over there on the far side, Caden Bauer in on the tackle. Looked like also Dylan Hines out across the 20 to the 22-yard line, first down and 10.
That was a great run back in there for basically a 21-yarder or 22-yarder by Haynes. Played quarterback for me. Buffalo's today. He's playing wide receiver.
Mostly defensive back.
That's right. And
Occasionally gets in a wide out spot. Porter in motion. Looking down the middle of the field. Keith is open. It's out there. He's got it. Derek Keith inside the 20, the 15, and pushed out of bounds.
number 11 on number 11.
Keith went right down the seam and was wide open, and the connection 51 yards on the connection.
Making Grandpa Joe quite proud today. Joe Keith from Moreland Tiger Country back when he was there. Now the Hill City Ringnecks.
So first down and goal. The ball at the 7-yard line. Dow looking to find the end zone. He's under pressure. Gets rid of it. It's tipped, incomplete. Stutzman got his hand on it. Wesley Young with the pressure from West Elk. Incomplete. It's second down and goal.
Second down and goal from the 7.
And Lance Barr gave his quarterback, Ashton Dow, the next play on second and goal. He's quarterback today, but not very many people can say that they won the state medalist in golf too, but Ashton Dow did this year with 3 over par down in Emporia, state champion Class 1A. Or 2A.
Second down and goal, and we've got a whistle timeout. We'll take it with you. 10:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. East on top, 48-8 on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by Meade State Bank, a branch of Stock Growers State Bank. We know community banking. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Farmers State Bank in McPherson, Galva, and Lindsborg. Bainter Oil Service, Hoxie, Kansas, providing bulk fuel farm delivery, gas and diesel at the pumps, oil changes, and tires. GBT Communications. First State Bank, Hoxie, Kansas. Garden of Eden Specialty Grocery Store, Little River.
Programming on Smoky Hills PBS is made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Nextech, providing the area with top-notch broadband, business, technology, and advertising solutions. Nextech proudly supports public broadcasting and all of its ventures, impacting the economic growth of rural communities.
Back at Trojan Field in Beloit, 10:43 to go in the fourth quarter of the Kansas 8-man Division I All-Star game. The East All-Stars in control with a 48-8 lead. West All-Stars knocking on the door again. They have it second down and goal from the 7-yard line.
And Nathan Dow, quarterback.
Dow keeps it,
He's
goes
in.
right.
He's in.
Into the end zone for the touchdown. Ashton Dow from 7 yards out into the end zone, and he has himself a touchdown.
He had 89 carries this year for the Hoxie Indians, 261 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground. And he just got another touchdown here today in the All-Star game. Passed the ball this year for the Hoxie Indians for 2,179 yards, 142 receptions out of 238 attempts.
Now they'll go for the 2-point conversion. Newberry in at quarterback now. Going to look to the right. Struggles to the goal line, and he got in.
Yes, he did.
Boy, nice effort there by Xander Newberry.
Yeah.
And 48-16 is the score, and that is our first 2-point conversion of the day.
Yes.
So the two teams combined for 1 out of 10 so far today on conversion attempts.
Yeah, 10 total touchdowns by both teams, and one successful.
Conversion.
Yeah, one successful.
One conversion in the game.
That's probably unusual, don't you? Normally, at least 50-50.
Very unusual.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So now the West will be back at it for a kickoff, trailing by 32. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, they're not completely out of the game, but highly unlikely that you'll see them be able to come back in this one.
But there's still 10 minutes and 39 seconds to go, which is a lot of time. But things got to happen. They got to create some turnovers here.
Bastard to kick it off. And he put the foot into it. It's going to roll. Continue to roll. Bauer picks it up at the 3. Looking for some help. And he is going to get back to about the 11-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 from there for the East All-Stars as they take over after the kickoff. So first and 10, Larry, and these players probably starting to get a little tired right now. It is getting fairly warm here in Beloit. Even though we do have a breeze, it doesn't make it feel.
Well, out on the turf, it's going to be warmer out there than it is even up here in the press box. But you still got Long in there as quarterback. You might see adding to his record.
90 degrees right now here in Beloit.
Student
Here
body.
comes Long, still on his feet, and he upended at the 15, a pickup of 5 yards on the play. 231 yards on 21 carries.
He almost did a somersault, didn't he? Come over there to gain another 2 or 3 yards up in the air. brings up 2nd and 5 yards. And
So again, the Mitch Ingleton from Baileyville B&B with a rushing record at 251 yards. It is being threatened right now by Breck Long from Sedan. Unofficially, 21 carries, 231 yards for Long. 2nd down and 5. Going to hand it off right up the gut. Dylan Hines with a 1st down run across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Gain of 12 yards on the play and a 1st down.
That's a great run there by Dylan Hines, 6'3", 210 pounds from Solomon. He had 143 carries this year for 853 yards and 19 touchdowns. Dylan Hines playing a little running back today.
1st down and 10 from the 28. Low snap. Long has it. Goes to the outside. Looking for a block. Break. Oh, he got hit hard right at the sticks and pops right up.
Yes, he did.
Picks up 9 yards on the play.
Yeah.
Dolan Dejas on the tackle. 2nd down and 1. Unofficially, I have Long 11 yards short of the record. Carter Bryan looked like he was going to come in, and not so much right now, as Long will bring the play back out. Trent Spiker will enter into the huddle. 8 minutes, 27 seconds to go in this one. It's been all East since the beginning.
Yes, it has. They're coming up the line of scrimmage just a little slower, though, now.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
and there's the 5-yard penalty. Going to be a delay of game.
I thought that might be heaven on that play because things just move a little slow out there.
All you have to do is watch the back judge.
That's right.
I'll get a hand up as a warning that you're getting close, and then once the other arm starts moving, counting it off, got 5 seconds at that point.
That's right.
The 2nd down and 6. Long is going to throw it. No, he's going to get hit, and it is Zach Volden bringing him down from Meade.
Meade Buffalo.
Back at the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play.
Zach Bolden from Meade. 6'1", 225-pounder from Meade Buffalo. Had 85 tackles this year, 6 fumbles recovered. He's playing tight end today in honor of his buddy.
Tight end or defensive end there?
Defensive end today, sorry. But he's taking his old buddy Clausen, Corbin Clausen, because he got hurt, so he took his spot.
So 3rd down, Carter Bryan in at quarterback.
Uh-oh, a little confusing maybe.
Trying to get everybody lined up in the right spot. Maybe trying to confuse the defense a little bit. Bryan to throw out in the flat. Intercepted!
Oh, yeah.
Look out, Mr. Trigo County into the end zone. Cole Felt for the touchdown. That one will go 33 yards for the score.
Yeah, 5'10", 155-pounder from Trigo Golden Eagles. Cole Felt, 80 touchdowns this year. 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries, and now add another interception in the All-Star game. Cole Felt, 5'10", 155-pounder for the Trigo Golden Eagles today for the West All-Stars.
Well, he saw that one coming, Larry Jansen.
Oh, he did. And he saw the end zone, and he was focused, and it didn't take him long to get there. Now we had a 2-point extra point that lined up.
Dowell is going to throw it. Looking, throws it out in the flat, and caught. A 2-point conversion. Derek Keith.
Yeah.
48-24.
Well, let's make the game respectable now.
Making it just a little bit interesting right now.
Well, sure it is.
If they can find a way to Get another touchdown on the board and a conversion quickly.
Yeah, almost 7 minutes to go, too. 6:58.
Well, Cole Felt did a really nice job of stepping in front of that ball and kind of getting some life into his team right now.
You know what? He didn't even have to break stride, did he?
Nope. Put a foot in the ground.
Yeah.
Charged after, cut in front. Made the pick.
Pick 6.
And he could have walked into the end zone there with nobody that was going to catch him.
Well, about the last 20 yards, I think he knew that. He started to let off the gas a little bit. But he had the afterburners on. He had the afterburners on there when he first intercepted, though.
Bassett's going to try an onside kick without the tee.
Oh, let's see how this works. It's a squibber.
And it's going to be covered by the East.
Went 9 yards.
Stutzman recovers it just short of the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 39.
He's bringing Long back in.
So Breck Long will quarterback it.
How many yards you got him short on unofficial?
Unofficially, he needs 11 yards to tie, 12 yards to break it.
And I trust you.
But if he ran a big one here, then it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't have to be on the edge. He's going to go right side. He's got some blocking, and it's not going to matter because it's going to come back. Picks up 9 yards on the play, but it's going to be a hold. First down and 20.
Yeah. 20 yards to go now for a first down.
21. They will mark it from the spot.
10 yards from the spot.
Yep. 6:51 to go.
Bring in Spiker and Hines with the next play for the Brain Trust from the East.
Makes you wonder if they might. Yeah, Spiker is going to take the snap directly here. And he's going to hand it off to Hines up the middle. Some running room for Hines. Spins on his feet, breaks a tackle. Dylan Hines looking behind, and he will score. Dylan Hines from 50 yards out, and the East is on the board again from Dylan Hines.
They're putting water on Long. That's a little warm down there, see? He's got Coach. That's old Steinbreck. Old coach, he was putting water on Mr. Long, Rick Long. Trying to cool the boy down.
We'll see if the East can convert a 2-point conversion here. Spiker with the carry. He's not going to get there. The conversion is no good. 6:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. 54-24 is the lead for the East All-Stars. They will be kicking off to the West. Well, Larry Jantz, we've seen some big plays in this ball game.
Yeah, we have.
We have seen some big plays from defensively to offensively. We've seen a defensive touchdown. We've seen a defensive safety. We've seen long runs. We've seen long passes. We've seen short runs. A little bit of everything today.
It's called football, wasn't it? And but the East, their offensive keys to win was have ball control, and they've done that. No turnovers. They've done real well there in that category. And big plays, like you just mentioned, they've had them. So everything's working well for Shelby Hoppies and his Brain Trust, Russ Steinbrock, and Mick Holt from Sedan. They've done a real good job keeping their kids focused and error-free to the Mets side. But you said, what is it, 4? turnovers by the West. I think at least 4 that I recall. And what are we looking at? 30-point difference in the score right now.
And the kick is high, end over end, and it's into the end zone, and it will be a touchback.
Yeah. I wouldn't be a bit surprised with the helmet off down here, though, Mr. Long, that he could maybe having a little heat issues.
He might be done for the day.
Yeah.
Especially if you Chief Schroeder, the head trainer from Cloud County Community College. Been here for 26, 27 years.
Yeah, I think so.
So standing right next to him.
Yes. That's a good sign that there could be an issue.
First down and 10.
Boy, they're getting ready to
by
blitz.
Bennett.
They're getting ready to blitz, and they got it going.
Dow breaks through, throws it down the field, has a man wide open. It's Felt. Cole Felt inside the 10, the 5. It is a touchdown for the West. That one goes 65 yards.
Woo! And just like that, the West answered. And it's still 6:04 to go in the fourth quarter.
Good night.
Would you say the defensive guy went sleep, or he just didn't have his alarm set?
Both.
Both. Okay. Alarm clock wasn't set on the defense. Didn't wake up.
54-30. 6:04 to go. We've had 3 touchdowns in the last 54 seconds of this ball game. Newberry keeps it.
Zigging,
He's short.
Zigging and zagging, and didn't make it.
The Drinkard on the tackle. 6:04 to go.
You look at number 11.
East All-Stars with the will receive, and the West All-Stars will be kicking off.
Did you see 99 O'Hanigan and then that T. Cook coming off? It's like Mutt and Jeff. Look at that big guy.
Well, I see him.
That guy,
I've seen him the whole game.
That guy's been on full ration since he's been in kindergarten.
So kickoff coming for the West All-Stars. They tried an onside kick last time that came about a yard short.
Yes, they did. I wonder what the combined score is for a record to book. It got 84 points right now. It's pretty good. And we still got like 6 minutes to go. So
104.
104.
We're a ways away from that
yeah,
yet.
we are. Okay. Well, everything else is
Not that
shaping up.
it couldn't happen, but
I hear you.
there's a short one. It's going to be taken by Stutzman. I think he wanted to run it. I think everybody on the East said, get down. And Breck Long has a helmet on and going back out on the field again. By my count, he is 11 yards short of the all-time rushing record in the 8-man, tying the all-time rushing record in the 8-man All-Star game.
I hope Coach Shelby Hoppies knows that, though.
You know, I have no idea if he does.
Well, Melby's standing right down there. Melby ought to tell him, hasn't he?
Well, Melby doesn't have a stat book. I think Sam Myers from Rock Hills down here below us in the radio booth is keeping those stats. Dylan Hines left side. He's hit by Clausen.
Well, half the West team, student body of the West, got him.
And he's going to pick up 5 on the play. Ball at the 36-yard line. To Breck Long, gonna hand it off. Hines, first down, a little bit more, brought down inside the 30, down at the 29. He's gonna pick up 8 on the play at the first down.
Tackle there was by Aiden Nicholson from Hill City, 5'10", 180-pounder. From Hill City Ringnecks made the tackle. He had 102 tackles this year and 1 fumble recovery for the Hill City Ringnecks. Number 34, 5'10", 180-pounder, Aiden Nicholson. Now what play did the Brain Trust from the East send in for Mr. Long?
Yeah, they're gonna
They're
watch the back judge and clock count starts. It's gonna be Long, right side, has 5, has 10, has right at 11 yards, depending on where they spot it. They're going to mark him for 11, and that, by my count, that puts him at right at 251 yards.
So probably the next one for sure would break their record.
Well, I would think so, but
yeah. And you used old math, so you got to be right.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Got to be in the ballpark.
Well, sure.
But he's not in the game right now, so he's definitely not going to get the carry here.
No.
So first down and 10. Spiker will take the snap. Handoff. Hines left side. He's hit. First time Cooper Berriger, we've called his name, the lacrosse product.
Yeah. Number 55, linebacker.
Picks up 6 on the play. It'll bring up second down and 4.
Cooper Berringer, 5'10", 160 pounds from Lacrosse Leopards. Number 55 had 93 tackles this year for John Webster, who's today is assistant coach for the West All-Stars.
Clock continues to wind with 3:24 in counting.
Yeah, we got receiver split both ways. Spiker's going to take a direct snap. Uh-oh.
And he fumbles it, just goes down and covers it. He'll lose all those yards they just gained. And then one more, so it'll bring up third down and 11.
And again, Stu Chance is all over that where that knee went down, and he marked his third down, 11 yards, like you said, Jeremy. And they're just milking the clock, watching that back judge. And we got substitutions both ways. Number 9, Braden Patterson, Hodgman County, came in for the West. Playing a little defensive end, looks like, today.
Third down, 11 yards. Spiker fumbled it. It's on the ground. He picks it up, runs left side. He's going to pick up a few yards. Deegis on the tackle. He's going to pick up 4 on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down. Fourth down and 7.
Yeah, he's bulldogged down to the ground there by Brady Deegis from South Gray. 5'9", 145-pounder. Had 75 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 1 fumble recovery.
And Long is coming back into the ball game. Fourth down and 7, the ball at the 15-yard line. They have been known to have a design quarterback run on these situations. And a timeout on the field. We will take it with you. 1:25 to go. We're back after this on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by Meade State Bank, a branch of Stock Growers State Bank. We know community banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Process Systems Company, LLC.
specialists in protein plant design. Paradise Roots Pharmacy, Hill City, Kansas, offering a wide range of prescription services and delivery within 30 miles. Nextech Wireless, We Are Kansas. Crustbuster Speed King Incorporated. Farmers State Bank in McPherson, Galva, and Lindsborg. Leitner Buildings LLC, Hayes, Kansas. Simpson Farm Enterprises of Hayes, Ransom, Great Bend, and Beloit. SurePoint Ag Systems and SurePoint Electronics, Atwood, Kansas. Farm Bureau Financial Services, Chad Cahoon, Agent. First Federal Bank, a branch of Lions Federal Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back at Trojan Field in Beloit, 1:25 to go in the fourth quarter. The East All-Stars with the football and a 54-30 lead. The outcome of this game has been determined. The question yet to be found out, will Breck Long break the rushing record? I have him unofficially tied at 251 yards. He's already broken the touchdown record and the scoring record with 6 touchdowns rushing. And the scoring record with, of course, 36 points. And he's going to run it left side. He's got some room inside the 10, inside the 5, and we've got flags on the play. So break it back. That will not count. It's a hold against the East squad.
Just an incredible run by him again. Breaking tackles. Too bad about that holding on his buddies.
I mean, that would have been
that'd been a good run to have the record broken on, wouldn't it?
That would have been a real good one to have it broken on. But we go back in. It all depends on where the official stats have him at, too.
That's true.
He might already have it, and I don't even know it. And we've got another timeout. We'll take another timeout with you. 1:19 to go. Back after this on Smoky Hills PBS.
The 2022 Division I 8-Man All-Star Game on Smoky Hills PBS is brought to you by
Process Systems Company, LLC, specialists in protein plant design. Bainter Oil Service, Hoxie, Kansas, providing bulk fuel farm delivery, gas and diesel at the pumps, oil changes, and tires. Nextech Wireless, We Are Kansas. GBT Communications. Paradise Roots Pharmacy, Hill City, Kansas, offering a wide range of prescription services and delivery within 30 miles. First Federal Bank, a branch of Lions Federal Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. First State Bank, Hoxie, Kansas. Garden of Eden Specialty Grocery Store, Little River.
Programming on Smoky Hills PBS is made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Nextech, providing the area with top-notch broadband, business, technology, and advertising solutions. Nextech proudly supports public broadcasting and all of its ventures, impacting the economic growth of rural communities.
Back at Trojan Field in Beloit, 1:19 to play, 54-30. The East All-Stars with the football, facing a 4th and 19. And a 24-point lead. Breck Long in. Garrett Toon split to the near side. Dylan Hines lined up as a flanker just off the right side of the offensive line. Long going to throw it up the field. Has Toon out there. Oh, just beyond. Incomplete. Coverage by Cole Felt from Trigo, and we've got a flag on the play on the interior. Illegal man downfield. That
Decline.
is declined. And it goes back to the West squad, first down and 10 with 1:13 to play. West is hoping to see if they can put something else on the board here in the last minute 13. Just to tighten that score up just a little bit more. Might look just a little bit better. They've worked hard here in the second half to
Yes, they have.
to make it respectable, though.
Got to give them credit for credit's due.
Dowell under pressure, went the wrong way. He is sacked.
They had a blitz package going. Wesley Young got him.
And Ashton Dowell got hit pretty good. They're going to mark it all the way back to the 14-yard line. Loss of 13 yards on the play.
Yeah,
43 seconds left to go. Dow going to throw again.
Blitz coming.
Under pressure, throws it over the middle, has his man. That ball's loose. It is a fumble, and it is going to be recovered by Samuel Drinkard. Samuel Drinkard with the fumble recovery.
It was a good throw and a good catch, but all of a sudden trying to secure the ball, I think it got loose, got tackled about the same time.
And when he came down, he came down on the top of the player, and the ball popped out at that point, and everything's still live. And I think the East is going to put a knee to this one and call it a ball game. Knee is down, and that's going to be all she wrote. So your final score as the clock strikes 0. The East All-Stars 54. The West All-Stars 30. The West actually outscored them in the second half, 30-18, but Larry Jantz, it just was not enough in the long run.
No, it wasn't. Bud's a good comeback, though, like you just mentioned, because it looked like it could have been almost a running clock. Or in regular 8-man this year, we could have been the 45 Brent Mercer rule earlier. So hats off to the West for coming back and making a game out of it.
These kids have spent a great week together here in Beloit. They've spent a lot of time together. Obviously, the East is going to feel good about winning this one. The West disappointed about losing, but they have made friendships today that will last a lifetime. Oh, this week, not just today, this week. And in the long run, that's the most important piece. Again, your final score, 54-30. Unofficially, had Breck Long, 24 carries, 251 yards, 6 touchdowns today. Not bad. Ashton Dow, actually, I had him unofficially with 360 yards today. So a pretty good day in the long run throwing the football, but it was just too many first half mistakes that put them behind the 8-ball, Larry Jansen. They just couldn't recover from those mistakes.
Too little, too late, too many fumbles, turnovers early in the game, set the momentum before the East, and just catch up the rest of the game for the West.
You know, the thing that you look at this game, and yeah, the East won it. They won it by 24. They really won it going away. The West could have laid an egg in the second half and said, you know, we're down by 36 at halftime. Let's coast. Let's just make it easy. Coast. They didn't. Boy, they really fought in the second half and had some opportunities, but you had a couple more second half mistakes really prevented them from fully getting back into this thing.
Yes, it did. And it's just too much. The power football, the game plan for the East really worked well. They wanted to have power football. They wanted to control the clock, what they did. And they wanted to have big plays. They got plenty of them. So they just did a great job by the East. And they got, like you said, they got there early
And how
often.
tough is it for these kids, both sides, the ones that aren't moving forward? They're not going to play. They're not going to play another game of competitive football again in their lives. This could be an emotional moment for them.
Well, it's like what David Dubert said last night at the banquet, and also Grant Stevenson, the speaker. You're meeting friends for a lifetime, and you used to, some of these guys you take the Hoxie kids, you take the Meade kids, the Hill City. They all played against them this year in their division, and here they're on the losing side today in this game here. But they were competing all year long against each other, the teams. But they're going to be friends forever, just because of now they're on the same team for the same effort, and same thing for the East.
In your final score, the East All-Stars, Division I, win it by a score of 54-30. Breck Long, I had him unofficially for 251 yards and 6 touchdowns for the Sedan product. And then Drew Stutzman, a fantastic game on the defensive side for them as well. A couple of interceptions, tackles all over the place, and just some really, really good plays for the East All-Stars. Cole Felt for Trigo, nice game for him.
Yeah.
And pick 6. He also had a 65-yard touchdown catch. Played a nice game, and I thought that also the young man from Meade that came in late to play in this one, Zach Bolden, played well from his defensive end position. So things to look positive on for the West, even though they lose it by 24.
And Brady Digas had a great game defensively. He's not that big, but he had a good game. He's in a lot of tackles. Remember earlier?
Yep. Good game all around. East wins at 54-30. Special thanks to everybody who made this broadcast possible. The hospitality here in Beloit from David Dubert and everybody at NCK Tech in the city of Beloit. Special thanks to all the folks in the truck, the guys outside running the cameras in the heat and in the sun. For analyst Larry Jantz, this is Jeremy McGuire saying so long from Beloit on Smoky Hills PBS.